I'm just in the midst of setting up a light so we can have better lighting on me. Hold on. I'm gonna spin you guys around here. I don't know where I'm gonna stick this, but where are we gonna stick this? That'll probably help. Hey, oh, that's pretty good. That'll work. Me trying to make some kind of a janky lighting setup. Come on, table, stop. Where you guys going? Seriously, come back here. Well, I gotta lock the feet on this thing. There we go. Now we're good. There's a slope on the floor right here in the shop because there used to be a floor drain over here. There's not a drain in there anymore, but what's up, you guys? I'm gonna pull you guys up on my laptop here. YouTube, baby. Are we good? Are we good? A little bit of a delay. Good. A little bit of a delay. Good. A little. Oh gosh, that's so funny. All right, we good? We're good. I got you guys up here in the chats right now. One more second. One more. There we go. Hey Carl, Relevant Traveler, what's up guys? Welcome to the stream. Dude, greetings from Holland. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. Malaysia? Man, you guys are all over the world in here. So having that light there behind me works really well, but hard for reading comments on my phone because that light is obnoxiously bright. That one. It's obnoxious. Oh, I know my problem is I'm wearing the wrong glasses. Okay, one sec, guys. You guys are gonna come with me. I forgot my glasses. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, everybody.
I forgot my glasses.
Oh, well, that's so weird because I'm watching you on the camera.
Yeah.
And the delay. Now you're running up the stairs. But I've already said hi to you.
Hi, Cruzy. What's up, buddy? We're doing a live stream, bro. Look at his tail just giving her. Hey, buddy. You're so cute, bro. Hi. So Amanda's over here slaving away on a Saturday. What's up, Amanda?
What's up?
What are you doing?
Folding print.
These are shirts that have been ordered over the last little bit here. Lots of them. Time to bug out. My favorite one right there is the Keep It Real hoodie. It's the last of the Danica ones. Thanks for slaving away on a Saturday.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're gonna go back downstairs. Okay. Sorry, guys. I was like, so hard to read the comments. Apparently, Chrome's a little on the blind side. There's 900 people in here. Hey, everyone. I'm out of breath from going up the stairs. Gary says, nice, Chrome. Thanks for sharing. I'm so happy for you, my friend. I consider you a friend. I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm in the USA, PA, but I visit Canada. Wicked, man. Ooh, Kim Jones on the super chat. Kim, thank you for that. Oh, that's so generous of you. Happy birthday. Oh, it's for Cruzy. Happy birthday to Cruzy and Happy New Year. So Cruz just finished turning 6 years old. Kim, that was amazing. Thank you. Hey, Chrome, didn't Danica say she really liked the darker blue color? No, they only make one blue color. What did she think about the blue? This was the blue that she liked. So when we first made that video at the dealership, we looked at the shorter version of this one. It's the same color blue. Obviously, like anything else, you look at it in different color lights, the different shade it's gonna be. Like I find when it's outside here a little bit, it's a bit more on the pastel color side. But yeah, this is the color that she wanted. Clancy, what's up, gangster? How you doing, bro? I miss you, man. If you ever come to the island, make sure you come by the shop and come for a visit. Cruz needs a matching blue collar. I can do that. I can do that. Chrome, will you be selling lift kits for the sprinters? Yes, we will be selling lift kits for the sprinters. So as things will be going on that van, they will most likely be added to the Van Toy store at the same time. So Daryl starts working here at the shop at the end of the month. Then as we start fabricating side steps and ladders and things like that for the sprinters, designed for me for this one, we'll put those into production and they'll be on the Van Toy site when that time comes. But yes, and just about every product we put on that van, I'm hoping to sell on the store. Hoping. They make some really rad sprinter stuff in the USA though. They have so much cool products down there. What's my plan for the ambulance? I don't know. I mean, I'm still want to work on it when I have time. It's just time is not in my favor. I got too much stuff on the go right now. Like today, I literally working 2 full-time jobs today. Working on probably about 8 hours worth of work for this channel, and then probably another 8 hours worth of work for Van Toys. It'll be another 16, 17 hour day today. So time to work on a hobby project like I have over there is just not in my cards. But anytime we get a chance, I'd like to continue to work on it. Spamming with blue hearts today. So yeah, I'm not sure the plan. I mean, my plan is still to get that thing into paint and wheels and stuff like that this year if time permits. Because this project here, we're definitely gonna be working on this thing, but we have to plan the Sprinter project to go out to Overland Interiors to get the interior built. And that probably won't happen until May, giving us 4 months of time around here to play around with the ambulance and start working on the exterior part of this thing. Like putting the sleeping pod bump outs or side capsules, whatever they call them, on the back. And also working on doing ladders, roof rack, spare tire racks on the back, side steps and stuff on the sides. Maybe a front winch. I'm losing where my pointer is. Right there. And sometimes the cameras are reversed. Yeah, right there. So working on getting a front winch and stuff mounted on there. There's a lot of projects for this thing. Too many projects on the go. Are you gonna update your logo to a blue van? Yes, I will. Where are you going? You're not allowed to leave.
I'm gonna drop that and I'll so that Cruz can come down to you if you need anything, okay?
Are you seriously leaving?
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
That's it?
That's it. I'm out of here.
That's it?
That's it.
I quit?
No. See you tomorrow. We'll see you Monday.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
You know what Amanda texted me this morning? The first text that she sent me, because she normally doesn't work on Saturdays, but we have so many shirt orders up there. The first text that she sent me today is, hey Chrome, I'm coming in this morning, so don't be naked in the shop. So I always joked with her that when she's not here on the weekends, I run around the shop buck naked the whole time. So she texted me this morning just in case, what I said was true. What's up, Bruce Vanlife Jr.? Nice to have you in the stream, bro. It's way better having the phone over here away from that light. And give Amanda a price raise. I gave Amanda a very nice Christmas bonus this year. Doesn't she have camera? Lauren P. just asked if Amanda has camera access. No, she does not have camera access. Chrome, please help. So Stacy L just asked, Chrome, please help. What's your advice for someone who's wanting to quit van life because of the cold? I'm from Michigan and it's getting colder here. This is my first year of van life. Stacy, you want the honest truth? I've been in my van now for 7.5 years and I started my van life in the winter. I am in a different area. We don't get really harsh, nasty winters, but I will say, and this is from every van lifer I know, including Bruce Van Life Jr., which I'm pretty sure he can say the same thing. Mind you, he's been in -40, so maybe not. But winter times is easier than it is in the summer. So in the winter time, you can at least get a good quality heater, whether you're getting like a higher end Webasto heater or you're doing like an Amazon knockoff heater. Put a good heater in your vehicle. They're super affordable on Amazon. In the States, you might even be able to get them for $100. Pop a good heater in that thing. Van life is way easier in the winter because it's easier to heat than it is to cool. In the summertime, when that temperature is hitting in the 40s out here, which is probably be upper hundreds over there in the USA, it's harder to stay cool than it is to stay warm. That's what I find anyway. I don't know what the average winter is like in Michigan. Hey Siri, what's the temperature like in Michigan?
In Lansing, United States.
So it says it's -5 out there right now, and that's Celsius. So -5, and at night it's dipping down to about -12. So my app here is showing me this in Celsius, so whatever that converts to you guys in Fahrenheit. Those temperatures there are fine in a van with a proper dry heater. Don't heat with propane. You're gonna get nasty, gross. But like literally -12 with a good quality heater in your van, I think you'll do just fine. And a basic amount of insulation. You don't need a ton of insulation. I know that because I don't have a ton, not in the Sprinter, but in my actual home that I live in every day, I do not have a ton of insulation. I think I have a 1/2-inch layer of that pink foam board stuff from Home Depot. That's all I've got. But don't give up because of a cold winter. Obviously, if it's too cold and you can't seem to get your van warm, I would assess your heating situation. Those dry air heaters go a very, very long way. They're hit and miss though on the quality when you're picking them up from Amazon. But there's other brands out there. Hold on, let me grab one. Some company just reached out to me. Leave me a sec. Some company just reached out to me. That's the name of the brand. They were like, hey man, we got some heaters. The quality is better than the ones you get on Amazon. Would I like to check them out? And, I said yes, but I haven't done anything with them. Let's take a look at this thing. Let me adjust the camera here, guys. Sorry for the shakies. So let's take a look at this thing. And these are supposed to be more affordable than something like a Webasto. Yeah, it's called HLN. I mean, again, it's another company manufactured in China. Let me flip the camera, guys. Like, I don't know if this is any different than the other ones. The company claims it is. They claim that they have better quality control and it's better built than the other ones. I mean, they do look the same. But yeah, like there's lots of options out there. And these are small. You can fit this in like a little minivan without taking up too much room. I will say the install parts on here look way better than the knockoff ones. Look it. Come on. That's actually really impressive. And it feels a lot better. I like it that the muffler is incorporated right into the actual piece. Instead of it being an additional muffler that you gotta buy, it's incorporated right into it. Man, I like that. They did the same, whoo! This is the first time I've ever looked at this. They did the same thing with the air intake. Whoa! They incorporated the muffler right in with the air intake hose, just to make it a bit quieter. Okay. This company spoke very, 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 very big about their product. No. They do too. This is the, this is for putting in your gas tank. They include all the parts that you need. Looks like it anyway. For tapping your gas tank. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. I'm not going to dive deep into this, but yeah, it's got all your, all your fuel lines. Oh, nicely done. Nicely done, you guys. All their wiring is already ready to go. It's not just raw wire like we've seen on some of the other ones. They've actually taken the time to put wire loom on it. All the ends are waterproof. Oh, come on. God, get off. I can't get it off. Anyway, but you can see the little gasket on there. It's making all the plugs waterproof. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a bigger look on this thing. I told the guys that we would install one of these on one of my vehicles. So maybe we'll throw this in the shop van or throw this in something and give it a try. Oh man, I'm glad I opened that thing. Now I'm not gonna get it all back in the same place. Give me a sec. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't answer your question, but if there's any other van lifers that are in Michigan, please give me a sec. I got the worst tripod for adjusting the legs. There we go. So if you guys are in Michigan and you do have some advice for other van dwellers in the Michigan area on how to cope with your winters out there, by all means. Like our winter here in BC is, well, not BC, on the west coast of BC is very short and very, very mild. Tourist Eat to Canada says he loves his S-Bar heater, and I love my Webasto. Those bigger brand ones, they do a really good quality job at giving you guys, a heater that you can rely on winter after winter after winter. That's where the knockoff ones, and Bruce Vanlife Jr. is in here, he would know, they're hit and miss. You either get one that lasts you the long haul, or you get one that just shits the bed on the first cold night, and then you're screwed. But yeah, man, I've always said that summers are the hardest season to van life in. I find anyway, because when you hit a hot spell for like a week, your sleep is miserable. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can die in a cold car. Maybe not a stuffy, warm night, you might not die, but yeah, so, it does have that other element. But a good heater. Always invest in a good heater. And nowadays, I know when I started my van life, we didn't have those fancy things at our disposal. All those things came after the fact. Like when I started, you had your big brands, your Webastos and your S-Bars. And then I think after that, after I started, Planair, something like that came out. Then after that, General Components. And then the knockoffs all started on Amazon. So, and there's a good comment here. Dutch just said, drive to better weather. 100% I agree. We've done that a lot in the summertime. When it's super hot in an area, we just Google the closest, coldest spot and peace out. Like that other year, we were up in Karamias, which is in the Okanagan, which is kind of like a little bit deserty sort of thing up there. And we're up in the Okanagan, and it was 43 degrees or 45 degrees Celsius, which is hot. Like it's up, that's in your hundreds in the USA on Fahrenheit. And I Googled coolest place in British Columbia. Tofino, not far from my shop down here, was 16 degrees when 4 hours that way was 45. We drove down to 16 degrees and just hung out there until the heat wave went away. Sorry guys, I'm missing a super chat or two here. Nomad Slippery Pole, what's up? How's the hazy? Was that you? Awesome, I got it over there. I haven't tried it yet. How's the hazy IPA I so can't wait to see your video cutting holes in the new van. Wicked. Yeah, I got a box over there from, it was non-alcoholic beer, and I'm like, who sent this? There's no note or nothing like that in it. Wicked. Wicked. Holy, it's 1,900 people in here. That's another big live stream. That's awesome. Aw, Robbie Nelson on the super chat. I appreciate that, you guys. We're tossing all those super chats into the van build fund. Oh, Bobtail Trucker just gifted 10 YouTube memberships. That was gifted out to, bring you guys over here. That was gifted out to Lynn, Violet, Nomad Overlander, and AH. Shits and giggles, love that. Just Mom, Lorla, Pamela, Jonah. Yeah, I think it's Jonah. Jonah and Michelle. Welcome to YouTube memberships, you guys. That's rad. I appreciate you guys when you guys do that. That's so cool. Stuff's pretty good. It's just like a protein shake. It's yummy. It's like chocolate milk. Aw, Tim, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Rick from Eastport, Maine, welcome to the stream. Steve says, why mess around with the ambo, just sell it? So I'm not heart attached to that ambulance. I'm not. Like, if someone offered me the right amount of money, I would probably sell it. But I think if I were to sell it myself, I would rather put the rims, tires on it, paint it, at least get it. Come on, Cruz, you can come down here, bud. Come on. I'd rather get, come on, Cruz, let's go. Come on. I would rather get that thing partially done, so that way the next person who picked it up, they would just have to do all the interior work. I'd be okay with that. Here comes the star of the show. Hey, buddy, come on. Come on, bro. Hey-o. Hi, buddy. Hi. What's going on, Cruzy? What's going on? Hey, hi, pal. Hey, Dad's getting a cool shot. Whoa. Sorry, bro. I thought I was getting a cool shot rolling around on the chair. Come on. Oh, Dad's knocking over stuff. Hi, bro. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Okay, bud, come on. There you go, bud. Go do your thing. So Nomad Slippery Pole sent me this. Athletic Brewing Free Wave Hazy IPA non-alcoholic. So yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to put that thing in the fridge and give it a shot. Cruzy. He squats when he pees. He's a squatter. Cruz, you know manly dogs don't do it like that. You know that, right? Come on, bud. Sorry, bro. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, bro. Hi. Oh. 2,005 people in here. Wicked. Oh, poor Cruz. The van floor is taller than Cruz. How's he getting in? So I will probably, now that we've got the chance to actually build something with no rust on it, we got the ability to plan a way for Cruzy to get in and out of it. So my new little system for getting Cruz in the van works very, very well. For one, it's easy on Cruz, and two, it's easy on my back. So the system that we have now, and it took me a while to figure it out, was if Cruz gets his paws up on it, I don't have to lift with my back. I literally lean on the van and I lift with my bicep. I put it right underneath his nuts. He doesn't have any balls. And I just go like this. That's it. There's no movement of the back, nothing. I just grab him by the bum and whoop, up he goes. It works really, really, really well. So the problem with that before is I hurt my back picking up Cruz before putting him inside the van. And, well, he can't get in and out on his own, but we'll probably end up seeing if we can work out some kind of a step system on the side there, or some kind of like he doesn't like ramps, so a step system would probably be better. But that thing is taller than my van. Underneath there's more clearance on this thing right now than my current 5-inch lifted Ford Econoline van. And once we get bigger tires on here and put another couple inch lift in there, it's gonna be very, very big. But we're gonna figure out all that stuff as we start building this thing. That's the fun part now, is we get to really take that time and methodically think on what I need. Why? Because I'm in no rush. I built my last van while I lived in the van, which is fun. It was great. You know, it got the job done, but now I get the time to just let it sit here and build it how I need it. Build it how me and Cruz need it, to methodically think out things like, how the heck is Cruz gonna get in that van? What are we gonna do, you know? Like, how's Cruz gonna get up on top of the bed? Those are little things that now we get to think about because we have an empty van with no rush to build it. And my van wasn't really a rush to build it because I only built my previous van as I could afford it, because I started busted broke. If you guys are new around here, yeah, I didn't start with all this stuff. I started busted broke. So when I made the progressions to my van, I made them as I could afford them. So there really wasn't a rush, but I had to build around all my stuff. So, ooh, I thought I dumped the laptop on the ground. So every time you needed to do any work in your van, you had to go to a city parking lot, empty your whole home out into the city parking lot just to do some work on your home to put it all back inside. And that's sometimes not a great thing to do because it makes van life look bad, but that's how I did it. So doing it this time is gonna give us some real serious time to plan this bad boy out. Kathy, thank you. Have you took Cruz for a ride yet? Yes, Cruz has been in there for a ride. I think we have a nice weather day coming up. We might actually take this thing out, throw the bed in the back of it and go take this thing out. It doesn't have a heater in the back there yet. Maybe we should install one of those. Not like we don't have any heaters in stock here. We've got all those Wabastas right there. There's one diesel one and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gasoline versions over there. So we would need the diesel one and that one. Do you like Doritos, regular or flaming hot ones? Regular. The flaming hot ones, they burn when they come out. They do. I'll take the regular ones. Cruzy, what are you doing, buddy? Look at him over there. What are you doing? What? What, you mad? Yeah? You want some treats? You want some treats? Okay, bud, let's go get some treats. Come on. Come on, Cruzy, we'll go get some treats. Come on, pal. Hey, come on. This side of the shop is still a side that we need to work on. It's a little messy over here. Batteries, doggy treats. Hold on, guys, I need another hand. Cruzy's on a diet. Shouldn't be giving him any treats, but come on. Me and Cruzy are both on diets. Atta boy, buddy. Atta boy. So yeah, this side of the shop still needs a bit of cleaning over here. Yeah. There's still just a bunch of stuff. Hey, buddy. Come on, give me another treat. Whoa! Like a shark, bro. Whoa, bro. You got it? All right. Okay, I'm missing so many comments. There's 2,100 people in here. Shut the front door. Though you already have a Webasto in the Sprinter, you showed the air intake the other day. So yeah, the Webasto thing in there is a heater for the radiator. So in the wintertime, I believe they're called a hydronic heater. They will circulate the radiator water, keeping the radiator water warm. So every time you get up on a freezing cold day, that engine is ready to just start and go without having any of those diesel cold starts in the morning or having a rough warm up in the morning. It's a heater just to kind of keep the engine nice and warm in the wintertime, which is hugely needed. So I'm stoked on that one. So, and it will probably get a Webasto dry air heater in there too in the back, a diesel one. Tapped right into the gas tank. Joe says Vancity Vanlife decal on the Sprinter. Probably. I'm not sure if I want to put the actual logo on there. We'll see. We'll play around with some of the design stuff when it comes to that point. We're definitely going to be putting the YouTube channel name on it, because I noticed on the back of my van when I put the YouTube logo and Vancity Vanlife that it actually works. People drive by me many times. They're like, I just subscribed. I'm like, cool. So doing a little advertising on the vehicle does actually work. Elevator bed. So someone just asked about an elevator bed. I seen them. They're super cool, but I don't know if I'm going to do, sorry, I'm just checking my laptop. Matthew, Outdoor Adventures. Love the new van. I'm building out a schoolie, get Cruzy some treats. Aw, man, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Elevator bed. So what they mean by an elevator bed is in the back of the van, you can put a bed. So here's the floor of the van. So you can put a bed at whatever height, and then it's motorized so you can move it up and out of the way, giving you more access down there, or lower it down to wherever you would need it. You could either put a, I've seen people do dining sets underneath, and the bed comes down over the dining set. So when you don't need the dining area, you just leave the bed down on it. Then you raise the whole bed all the way up to the top, so you all can sit underneath there. There's so many options. You can put an editing desk underneath there and then just drop it down. I myself, because I'm not using a queen size bed, like a huge bed that's going front to back. So my bed will be 4 feet from the back, so only 4 feet in. And I need that garage space. The garage space is super important. That's something that I look forward to, because then I can carry all my things in my van at all times. I can carry the portable hot tub with me. I can carry a paddle board if I want. I can carry the scooter in the back, because I have an e-scooter around here, big off-roady sort of one. You can pack, your inflatable kayak in the back. All that stuff can go in the garage in the back. So I'm more stoked about having a garage space than I am about lifting my bed up to utilize that space underneath. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I may assess the situation, because putting an elevator bed in would allow you to maybe move the bed up a bit to throw an e-bike in there, but to travel, you'd have to, if you're gonna put an e-bike in the back, you'd have to plan that whole back to be built to fit your e-bike. So moving the bed with a garage space, I think, is unnecessary. I think if you're gonna utilize the space under the bed for a living space to move around in, I think the elevator bed's a really rad idea, but probably won't be doing that in this one. I like the idea though. These are the innovations that I'm excited about building that thing out, because when I started, none of these things were available. If they were, I didn't hear about them. Van life wasn't popular when I started it. It was just starting to be something. I started my YouTube channel 7.5 years ago. Van life got its boom a couple of years after that is when van life really started to launch off. What am I gonna say? Van life's been around since way back in the 60s, but on YouTube, on the platform. And as soon as it became popular on YouTube and widely done, because years ago when van life was a thing, there was no social media to pump it or promote it. You know what I mean? You were just doing something rad with your life. And then when social media became a big thing and van life took a big launch on social media, that's when all these companies started to innovate all these crazy cool products like elevator beds. You know what I mean? And outdoor shower systems that heat, that you can pull water from a creek, or portable hot tubs. And yeah, it was awesome. Vancity Vanlife, thank you so much for the super chat. Lon Bowers, I appreciate that. Can't wait to see what you do with the build. I'm really excited about that build. SC29607, considering a shower in the van. Yes, and for what you're thinking, no. Hold on, there's another one. Blind Views, what's up, buddy? Buy a custom valve stem cap with this huge donation. Thank you, bro. Nice to have you on the stream, bud. Blind Views. Valve stem cap. Matt Ray, consider a hydronic heater and a radiant floor. So my van already has a hydronic heater in it to heat the front of the vehicle. But yeah, I think we will be doing heated floors inside of this thing. So Badge, the guy, not Badge, Cage, the guy I've been bringing up in my videos every once in a while, friend of mine in Ontario. Cage says they put radiant heat in his floors and he would never do it any other way. And especially when you have a vehicle you can stand up in. In my van, I don't spend time on the floor. My feet aren't on the floor because it's so tiny. I literally just stay in bed all the time. If I'm in the van, I kneel to cook and then I'm just in bed. That's my chair, that's my everything. But when you have a stand-up van that you have all this room to move around in, you're standing on the floor a lot. And in the wintertime, it'll be warm up in my bed, but as soon as my feet go on the ground, it's cold as heck down there because all that cool air is just coming in from underneath. And he said that they put radiant heating, and I've known a few people now that have done radiant heating in the floor using like a Webasto system, and they said it's game changer, especially in the wintertime because they're in Ontario out there. To have a warm floor, game changer. So yes, we will probably be doing radiant heating in the floor. That's insane just to say that out of my mouth. You know, you guys have watched me live in my low roof van and hold on to that thing, fix it through all the rust repairs, bearing through every little thing that I did in it over the years. And now we have a chance to put heated floors in my home. That's insane. To me, that's just mind blowing. And honestly, guys, over the years, I've been meeting people at gatherings and meetups on sides of roads and out in the backcountry that share with me what they did with their vehicles. You know what I mean? They say, oh yeah, no, we have radiant heating in the floors. I'm like, you guys have heated floors? Who the f does that? That was my thought before. I'm like, what the, how rich are you? And realizing that those systems, they're not overly expensive. My thought is, you put heating floors in that thing? I thought that was a rich person thing. And to realize those systems really aren't that expensive. It's just you got to do these things before you build your van. That's where sitting where we are right now with this build, being able to plan it right now and not rush it, because I'm in no rush, none. Like this thing won't be able to go out to Overland Interiors until probably May. So we got 4 months to iron out everything that I want out of this build and get things in like the radiant heated floors. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Chrome would have that in his van? I would have never thought. So yeah, I've been really looking deep into things like skylights maybe, depending on how much solar I want to put up on the top. And oh my gosh, MM just says, did Mercedes sponsor me? Yeah, right. That'll be a freaking dream. Not a chance. Like even the biggest YouTubers on the planet, those companies aren't giving you free cars. There's no way. When will you start the new build on the new van? It'll go to Andy. The build will start soon, but right now I'm just kind of trying to plan it out. Maybe in the upcoming video, I want to get in there and maybe start taping off the floor to kind of give me a rough estimate on a layout, because I need to figure out where to put a heater in that thing. I'm not sure if we're going to mount the heater in the back or we're going to put the heater up front, because if I can get a heater in that thing like ASAP, then me and Cruzy can take off and go out and do some camping and spend some time in that space to figure out what I want and what I need out of it. Pretty much doing what I did with my van, spending a little bit of time in that space, I think is a great idea. Melissa, thank you so much for the super chat. Melissa says, congrats, Chrome. I'd eventually like to see the vans side by side for comparison. That is a beautiful idea. I feel like the new blue van is so much bigger, but maybe not. I can't visualize it. This blue van is a freaking monster. Lengthwise, it's about 1.5 feet or a foot longer than my van, but my van, I'm including the front bumper and the rear spare tire. So my van's probably 21.5 feet, and I think this one's 20, I don't even know. But I know they're pretty close, like within an inch, within about a foot. But size-wise, you put them side by side, this thing is a beast. I remember when Amanda came around the corner in the back, she's like, I didn't think it was that big. She's like, I seen it on camera, but it just didn't seem that big. Like if you look at it there, I mean, it's big, but when you put it on the lift, it's about as long as all the other vans we've had on the lift. But when you actually see it outside, it is giant. Sorry, you guys, we got 2,300 people in here, and I haven't been chatting in the comments too much. I'm too busy babbling, which is the point, I guess. El Dumpo, I love that name. El Dumpo, fiance and I love watching you. Shout out from Port Alberni. Wicked, guys. Nice to have you on the stream. El Dumpo, I love that. I think I missed another one. Hold on. We got Ty Sweeney. First DEF Phillip is on me, dude. Thank you. Filling that DEF fluid is going to be a new thing for me. That's funny. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I like Melissa's idea about doing a side-by-side comparison from my van to this van, and maybe doing a side-by-side comparison with measurements too, because I know a lot of people have asked me on my channel over the years, how tall is my Ford Econoline van on the inside? How wide is it? Is it on the inside, front to back? Maybe we'll sit down one day and do a comparison of both vehicles measurement-wise. So, you know, that may help out some people when it comes to choosing their vehicles, because I don't think I've ever done that. Maybe way back in the day on this channel. Mind you, I got 7 some years worth of content on here. But that's a really good idea. Because I know even with this one here, when people are trying to compare the Ford Transit versus this thing, I might be able to do the Ford Transit to this comparison in the summertime. So I might be doing some projects with Karma camper vans this year. So I might be out in their transit van for a little bit, which will be a lot of fun. But maybe when I grab the Karma camper van, I can compare the Sprinter to the Karma at the same time while I've got them both right there. Maybe we can do a head-to-head comparison between that and my old home, well, still my current home, and then a head-to-head comparison with the Transit this summer. I think that might be a really good video. So man, it's going quick in here. I'm not so used to having this many people in the chat. The last time the chat was overwhelming, like seriously overwhelming. There were so many people in there, I couldn't keep up. What am I going to do with my other van now? I'm not sure. Cruz, you okay, bud? That's pretty good. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my other van. So right now I have a few thoughts. Maybe we take on the other van as a project, because I think this might make a really good video. So my home that I'm living in right now, it's got some rust and stuff underneath, and you guys all know that. But I also did have a rust hole in the summer that was bringing in dust right through my floor. Underneath my bed, dust was going, just pluming all over inside of it. So I went underneath there with a piece of metal, stuck it with seam sealer, put it over the hole, and then I seam sealed the crap out of the whole top of it so no more dust would come in, but it was rotting through the floor. So maybe a good video to do after this one's done and I have a home in this one and we're living in this one full time, we can pull my old van in the shop and take a look at what is behind the walls and actually inside of your build after 7 years of full-time van life, to literally see if there's any mold or what's going on behind it all, because I don't know. I've never been behind it all. Those walls went up at the beginning and I don't know what's back there. What if it's covered in mold? What if? Who knows, right? Because that's the thing in a van. You throw that up there and you have wood, bit of insulation, and metal. And when metal gets cold, it starts to drip, it gets wet. Because that heat from the inside touches the outside and it'll sweat. So maybe doing that comparison video might be kind of fun to rip the entire build out of it and then take a look at everything. And besides making that video, when that happens, I figured that maybe now that we have Daryl here at the shop starting at the end of the month, that we do all the rust repair, get that rust repair finished if it's salvageable. Because I know some of that bottom rust is up underneath the under framing where the body mounts are. So the body goes on top of the frame and there's some mounts. I think it's rusting right up in over those mounts. So could be a huge job. If it's too far from being repaired, we'll put it back together and we'll repair what we can, but we'll put it back together, put the build back in it, and maybe use it just for a bush van to bomb around in. If I do get the chance to fully rebuild the whole inside, like do all the rust repair, maybe we put that thing up as a full-time rental. Maybe I sell it, who knows? Or we keep that as a secondary home. Imagine if this thing were to ever get into an accident, please no, or something like that, to have a fully done, ready home as a backup. Like imagine this summer. Imagine I'm out on a great big trip in my Ford Econoline van because we're doing some deep bush backcountry bombing and I break it. Okay, you ship it back to the shop and ship that one out. Done deal, we're back on the road. So, I don't know, there's a few options there. I hesitate on selling it because that van has gotten me everything here today. It's got me all of you guys, because if I didn't move into that very van, I don't think I would have, honestly, if I didn't get that van, I don't think I would have started van life. So everything I have in my life, I owe to that. I met all of you because of that. Well, I actually owe everything I have to you guys. Thank you. Keep the original van as a backup. See, I like that idea. So I also thought about doing it where, because I know some people on the island that have camper van rental companies, and you just mark out the dates that it's not for rent. Those are the dates that I take it out, and then, you know, maybe rent it out for the rest of the time. Why not make a little bit of extra money on it if I can? Man, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm not even reading anybody's comments in here. So it looks like they're talking about insulation inside of here. So I think I'm probably gonna go, this is just my first thought, I'll probably go with a 3M Thinsulate insulation. Easy to cut, easy to work with, not messy, no fibers or anything like that everywhere. They're easy cut to sizes, and you can fit them into all the little panels around that thing. I think that's gonna be the way I go. But I do know that there is some companies that already make pre-done kits. Some people are saying don't rent out the old van. But I know some companies do sell pre-cut, pre-ready to go, ready to install installation kits for the Sprinter vans, which is super rad. You know, that these are such a common camper van build platform that companies have pre-built installation kits. Why doesn't anybody have that for the Ford Econolines? Huh, maybe we should do that. That's a really good idea. Putting together a ready-to-go installation kit for your Ford Econolines. Wool insulation. I probably won't be going with any rock wool or anything like that in this van. It'll probably be the 3M Thinsulate. It's a little on the pricey side, but really easy to work with and good R value. Why not spray foam? Heck no. Not a damn chance would I ever spray foam that thing. No. Spray foam, it's good in some ways. If you're a refrigeration truck, give her. But when it's your home, if you ever get into an accident, there is no welding or repairing that bodywork. There's none. You're screwed. You're done. Like that's right onto the paint, buckled into the corner. You'd have to rip your build out, remove all that spray foam around that whole area because it's all just gonna catch on fire if they start welding on it. It's just repairability wise, I think it's a really poor idea. That and spray foam can also, keep an eye on this when you see camper vans sometimes too. You'll sometimes see the bodies all wavy because what happens, that spray foam gets underneath the support ribbing. So here's the outside sheet metal and it gets underneath the support ribbing, a little bit of it, and goes, pops the body out. And I see that happen a lot, especially along the tops of some of them. You'll see them all wavy because the spray foam got inside of that, you know what I'm talking about. If you have a van, you know what I'm talking about. Just a little curved out area. It's all the supports for the outside sheet metal. So I am not personally, this is just a me thing. I'm dying. I am personally not a fan of spray foam. I just think on the repairability side, there's better ways to go about it. So Big Red says spray foam is kind of unforgiving and will hold moisture, making it rust. So yeah, I know there's a lot of people that really like it. You know, they'll say good things. Honestly, guys, insulation, no matter what the heck you're doing, is all personal preference. Tactical Nomad here says Havelock wool is the best insulation. I've heard really great things about Havelock wool. But like anything, so choose the one that you feel right. I mean, honestly, all my friends that have van build companies, and I know quite a few of them now, even met some crew out in Squamish too as well too. They're not my friends, but I've been there. I've filmed at their shop before. Always take a look what the pro installers are using because they're using them that way for a reason. There's a reason why a lot of those guys use either Havelock wool or that 3M Thinsulate stuff because, you know, it's easy to work with and great quality, doesn't hold moisture, doesn't mold. That's the really key factor. Or I know it's not as widely used anymore, but that pink foam board that you get from Home Depot, I think it comes in other colors in other companies and other countries. Ours here is Pink Panther guy on the front of it. It's just a pink, it's called XPS foam. XPS, something like that. I heard that stuff is really good. What temperature will I insulate to? I'm just gonna insulate the van, you know what I mean? But I don't really think about, I'm just gonna layer in what I can fill in those areas. Because you gotta remember, when the walls go on, whatever gap you have behind there, you might as well just fill it full of insulation, leaving a little bit of room for some air to move around because you don't want to cage it all in there with no way of moisture getting out. That's the key to things. Don't vapor barrier the inside of your vans because you will get moisture. You need to keep some breathability in there somewhere because that outside is going to cause sweat. That sweat will get trapped behind the plastic, between the plastic and your inside. I know I've seen a lot of people do it, but they do it in thinking that it keeps their moisture away from the wall. But when that warm plastic is going to cause moisture here, and if there's nowhere for it to escape, there's a high chance you could get some moisture trapped on the backside. Cruz? He's so cute. Dynamat. So Dynamat would be for, that's not an insulation. Dynamat would be for sound deadening. So, you know, any vibrations or noise, Dynamat would do it. Will I Dynamat the whole inside of this thing? I don't know. This thing comes factory with some sound deadening pieces already put onto it. That was done before paint because it's been painted over. That just cuts down some of the little loose sheet metal noise back there. But I don't know if I would throw in that much extra weight because that stuff is very heavy. It's pretty much tar with a little piece of foil on one side of it. You know, you could easily throw 200 pounds of Dynamat in there just to cover the whole back. That's a lot of extra weight for, I think, a very minimal impact. Alusha says, yeah, they painted over the mat. Yeah, let me go show you guys. Oh, she locked. Like there's not a lot of it in here, but enough to keep, so if you see down there at the bottom, I know the lighting in here really sucks right now, but if you see down here, they already have that rubber mat put over all these pieces. Like that's a fair chunk, and they just painted over it. There's one there, one there, one there, all the way along the bottom. There's nothing in these areas, but there is all up top here. They do that because here how hollow that is, and it's more solid. So if there's any vibration from the road, it's going to cut down that vibration. So if I were to do it, I would just do it in these pieces here and call it done. I've seen people cover their whole entire vehicles before. That's like at least, that stuff's heavy. It's probably a couple 100 pounds of weight just to do this whole thing, when I'd probably end up doing just one strip here, one strip there. I mean, heck, I might even put a window in here. I'm not even sure yet. That's quite possible. All depends on how I do that layout. So cool. But yeah, so I've watched a lot of videos on doing van builds and seen a lot of people with stuff over the years. And, you know, like you just kind of take out of it you take out of their builds and installs what you feel is right for you. Because you could dynamite the whole back of that thing if you wanted to. Just rubberize the whole inside if you wanted to. If that makes you feel better, give her. If you feel like that makes a difference in your van, do it. There's no right or wrong answer, because there is clearly some in there straight from the factory. It's in there for a reason. It just removes that little road noise from your van. Like that's a huge chunk of sheet metal. If it doesn't have anything to deaden that a little bit, it's going to be a very, very noisy ride in the back. And that's the reason why I think a lot of people do it, is it just cuts down on road noise. So in the ambulance, we did, here, I'll show you. So in the ambulance here, I did the whole entire floor in Dynamat. Right there. This entire floor, like from here all the way over, all the way across, is all Dynamat underneath. Listen to that. Compared to like, well, there's no real raw sheet metal on there. Compared to this. This is all Dynamat. That's why people Dynamat it. So inside the doors, we did all Dynamat, plus we did some sound deadening foam in there too as well too, because I was planning on putting a big sound system in here. So there's all that acoustic foam in there. But yeah, so I did that just to keep the noise of the diesel out a little bit. And just makes the doors feel solid, right? That's solid. So yeah, but there was a lot. Like there's probably 100 pounds of Dynamat in that thing right now. It was insane. My thought on doing that one was just to keep the noise down, because those 7.3 liter diesels are just like a freight train. Mike Clark says, nice to meet me in New Brunswick. Hi, Mike. What's your thoughts on a sliding door versus a barn door? Okay, if you're gonna do one of these, you don't have a choice. You're sliding door all the way. If you guys are going to buy a Ford Econoline, Chevy Express, GMC Savannah, barn doors all day long. 100% go barn doors. Why? Because on a sliding door, you have all that door real estate you can do nothing with. So if you look in my van, my side doors have all the stuff on them. I have 2 storage boxes on there. There's a paper towel holder. It's pretty much loaded. My doors from top to bottom have an extension of my home. And then it's great because when you pop open those barn doors, all those things are on the outside. So some of the things that are in that box are in the boxes because I need them when I'm outdoor living versus living inside. So having that stuff with a fold down kitchen on the outside of my door, I simply open it up, put my stove on it, and I have an outside kitchen, just like that. So if you're gonna do a cargo van, 100% do barn doors, big time. Someone says they wish these things had barn doors. I honestly like the sliding doors on these ones. I mean, I've never had a sliding door, so this has been kind of fun. Oh. My watch is telling me, oops. My watch is telling me that my Mercedes is unlocked. So Mandy says, I think that's a reflection from the ceiling. You're talking about that right there? That's a reflection from the ceiling lights. All the lights up there. If that's what you're asking about. I only seen Amanda's comment. I didn't see the original one. My watch is telling me to eat more Swiss rolls. I mean, I love this Apple Watch, but what drives me nuts is when I'm just curling up and lying into bed and my watch goes, ding, time to stand up. Shut up, I'm going to bed. Stop making me try to finish off my exercise goals for the day. It's like, time to stand up. Go to bed. Your watch tells you that the Smurf is unlocked. Oh, that's funny, the Smurf. Reigns of Healing, what's lead time at J5 custom vans? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what the lead time is at some places. I know when John has a full build in there, your lead time could be 6 months to a year. You know what I mean? That's what most van builders are like, and some people don't understand why it takes so long to get into like a pro van builder, is because if they're working on a van right now, that van has that shop locked down until that van is complete. And some builds take 6 months. So, I mean, it depends. If you're just looking for John at J5 to do something small, like a roof vent or anything like that, just hit him up. I mean, it could be a month. Who knows? But if you're looking for like a build, like getting your build done, depends on what's in there. I know I have had friends in Ontario that have had a 2-year lead time. If you wanted to get your build in, they were booking 2 years ahead. And that's insane because the shops are only so big. And I know some people are like, oh, I contacted that builder and they said 2 years. I'm like, well, when you have a shop with 3 or 4 dudes working in it, of course, if you got 2 builds, 3 builds, that's 2 years. Do you get another Starlink for the Mercedes? So I have the original Starlink in my van, the original. Do I want to? I don't know. I'm probably going to go with the newer Starlink dish because the newer Starlink dish, you can flat mount up there, never have to worry about taking it off. It just lives on the top. I love that idea. I love the idea of being able to drive around and get Starlink while I drive in remote areas, which is beautiful. To be driving and still have your way to connect with the world right there at your fingertips the whole time. Yeah, I'll probably go with a new Starlink dish. The old one's nice because you can deploy it out there somewhere, but maybe, I'm pretty sure you can. Maybe I keep the secondary dish and plug that and unplug my dish in the inside, plug in the one if I need to remotely throw one out there. I'm pretty sure you can plug and play the 2 different dishes. Maybe you guys know. Maybe somebody out there has Starlink that knows. Can you do that? Can you keep double dishes? Keep the same modem because you're going to need that modem piece because all your stuff's on that modem, and just plug in different dishes because it'd be cool to leave one up there and have one to deploy. Because there is sometimes when you're out there in the bush and it's hot and you just want to be in the shade, but yet you want to have Starlink, but you need to keep your van in the shade. When Starlink's permanently mounted, you have to stay in the absolute wide open area in order to get anything. Cruz is bored, give him a doggy bone. I think he went back upstairs. He's probably not bored. He's sleeping in one of the chairs. Stoner Steve Studios says, I should be able to do that, which is kind of cool. I mean, now that you've got all this extra room in here, you can carry a Starlink dish that you can deploy outside. Sorry, guys, my nose is running. Cruisy Blues. Bathroom. let's back up a bit. Let's talk about showers. So someone asked me about a shower earlier on in the stream, and I missed answering that question. Sorry, make sure I'm not missing any super chats. QPR forever. Hey, Chrome and Cruzy. I'll be getting a Sprinter also, but doing the build myself. I have a design worked out. Looking forward to your build. Wicked. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. I'm quickly learning that I have a lot of people on my channel that own Sprinter vans. Quickly learning. Per Willie says, I'm guessing in about 7 months that van will be awesome. You are probably correct. So after the van's done at Overland Interiors, that's when it's gonna have to get all its electrical and all its solar, so it won't be done. It'll just have a build in it, because I'm not gonna do all the electrical until the build work is all done. Okay, showers. Backing way up in the stream when someone was asking me about a shower, then we'll get into a toilet. I am not putting a shower stall in the van. You guys clearly heard that from the last video. But they do make a shower unit that I can mount into a cabinet. I will probably end up doing that. So this one will probably have an outdoor shower system off the back door that, like, maybe I'll put the Julka hot tap mounted to the door so I can open it up, chuck it out anytime, boom, ready to go. And I can also prop the hot tub right outside my back of my van, boom, hot tub anytime, let's go. And as for a toilet, I am probably going to build a space for the fancy toilet, not because I'm gonna put a fancy toilet in there, but I might as well build this space for it, because you gotta think about the longevity of things. What if 10 years from now, that's not in my life anymore, somebody else owns it? Who knows? We don't know what's going on. I didn't think I was ever gonna have that. I thought I might've been in my van forever. I was wrong. So I'm gonna build a space so if somebody were to want to put in something else, like a Nature's Head composting toilet, there would be room in the spot that I put my toilet. What am I probably gonna do for a toilet? One sec. Somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. I might do the Julka Gotta Go toilet. Right there. That's the Julka Gotta Go. You can get these in a chemical version, which is what this one is, or the bag version, which is probably the one that I'm gonna do. See, there's a better picture on here. Sorry, guys. Let me cover the address on the box here. Right there. That's the Julka Gotta Go. I'll probably end up putting this in there because it'd be fun to give it a try. I've been using a bag and bucket system forever, so to be able to try something new is pretty awesome. Dropping stuff. So yeah, I might try a different system than what I'm doing now, but yet leave my leave my toilet area that I can just throw my luggable loo, my good old trusty bucket and a bag in it. So yeah, but I might try that Julka Gotta Go. They had some factory problems with the bag system. So I guess what was happening was, so the only one on the market now is the chemical toilet. I wouldn't do the chemical toilet because I don't want that kind of fuss. I don't need to worry about chemical and dumping all, it's so gross. I'm gonna walk to the bathroom with your poop all juggling around in this, ew, no thanks. I'd rather carry it in a bag. I totally would. But they had a problem in production, I guess. They were just about ready to release them and then they were testing them, I guess. And there's positive pressure. So you have your poop side and your pee side, but there was positive pressure on the pee side that was feeding pee back into the poo side. And if you mix those two things together, the odor is beyond what you could imagine. I know, I've done both in the same bag. I know what that's like. It's strong. But yeah, so that's what was happening. So they had to hold back that whole production line, and their bag ones are coming soon. I heard that they're gonna be shipping anytime now. They also said that they were gonna be shipping in December too, and they never did. So we have a whole bunch of them on order already. So Van Toys will have those on the store once those come in. And I'm excited to check it out. I wanted to open up those ones, but I'm more excited about the bag version. Marco says, I can put a lot of pressure on the toiler. Is Canada Post back? Yes, Canada Post is back, and stickers are back on the store. Did you pay off the new van in cash or monthly payments? Monthly payments. The Julka hot tap toilets, I am not sure. Go to vantoys.com, pop in. I should know this is my store. Hold on. We have so many products being on the store right now. I don't know the cost of everything. So Van Toys. Look how good that site looks. Look how good. Van Toys, shop by brand, Julka. So the Julka Gotta Go chemical toilet is $329 Canadian. So if you were to flip that into American on the store here, I don't think we have them on, maybe they are on the American side. We have two different sides of our store, the Canada side and the USA side. So in the USA, that's $233 USD. Let's go, hold on. Our dollar is shit right now, which means it's good for you. Julka USA. Yeah. So the dollar is garbage right now. So if you guys want to buy things from Canada, now is the time to do it because our dollar is worth nothing. Your dollar is worth a fortune. So that conversion rate is insanely good. Yeah. Do you care if Canada is a USA state? I wouldn't give a shit. Wouldn't affect me any. Then people would have to stop saying, Chrome, when you come to the USA, I'll be like, hey, USA just came to me. I don't care. My life just keeps living the way it's living. My only worry with that, I mean, I don't talk politics, but when I first heard that, it's kind of funny. My only problem with that is you have a highly populated country down there and a very low populated country up here. If you mash them together, I think it would be an overpopulated everywhere. You know, taking away from Canada what Canada has, which is not a bazillion people. Canada's great that way. We're such a big country and we're so dispersed out. Yeah, man, imagine that, millions of people just rolling over here to the island. Come on. Bree and me travels, JR here, me, and I need a 2X Weirdos Garage and Van Toys coveralls. That's a dope idea. I like that idea. Hey, Chrome. My English and French Bulldog Bonnie is so in love with Cruzy. We love your videos and keep being you. Vixie B, thank you so much for that. When am I putting the honeycomb lights on the ceiling? So Daryl is working for us here at the shop 2 days a week, starting at the end of the month. And welding together those frames will be a project that he is going to do. So that could be happening soon. Honestly, I would love it because that whole pallet there is that hexagon lighting. So if I could get that whole thing up on the top of the shop, it would free up a whole pallet of floor space, which would be rad. And it'd be nice to have all that extra lighting in here. Oh, I wouldn't need to do this. I wouldn't need to plug in some of that hexagon stuff just to get some light on my live stream here. But that is coming. Aaron says, Overland, and I guess Andy's in here, I guess. Overland Interiors, you're in Ontario, right? Yes, he's in Hamilton, Ontario. How's your build lead time? So Andy builds kits. I don't know what's on his website right now, but that's Overland Interiors. Just Google it, you'll find it. Andy's in here somewhere. Someone keeps saying, hey, Andy. There you go. What's up, buddy? Happy Saturday. What about a fridge? That's a good question. So I think we're going to do dual fridges in this van. Dual. Because Cruzy eats raw dog food and he literally takes up my entire freezer. So I think I might do one of those big black 95 liter, I suppose a Julka, Iceco ones on the back. So in the back of the van, we're gonna do like on a pull-out drawer, like probably a pull-out platform. We can pull it all out, put some gear on it on some spots, pull it out, and there is a big, giant 95 liter dual zone fridge freezer. So you can either go freezer, fridge, or fridge, freezer. You know what I mean? You can change them as you need them. So I'll probably devote that as an entire freezer in the back. So half for him, half for me. And Iceco makes RV style fridges. You know, you go to an RV and it has like, you know, a shorty fridge. It's about yay big. You know what I mean? In the wall, you just open up the fridge, grab what you need and shut it. And it's stacked with shelves like a regular fridge. So I might do a regular fridge on the inside of the vehicle, fridge only. And then, or maybe a fridge freezer if I can find a nice one. Do a fridge, a small freezer and a fridge, and then keep all of our bigger stuff in the back of the vehicle. So, yeah, I think because I got the space, I might as well utilize it for things that I wish I had in my van. I mean, my fridge works in my van. I mean, shit, maybe that 95 liter fridge will work just fine because it's big. That thing's a monster. But I don't want one of those standard size fridges inside of my van build. I don't want to pull out a drawer just to open up my fridge. I don't want to pull off cushions on a couch just to open up my fridge. I think I would rather do it in the back and then have a standard fridge inside the van. Dometic makes some really, really nice stuff. They're just really, really pricey. What about solar panels? We're definitely doing solar on the top of that thing. How much of it, I am not really too sure. I still got to plan out the layout on the top though, because if I plan on putting in a roof vent, maybe an air conditioner, I doubt it, but maybe. I got a friend, my friend Cage highly recommends it. He's like, dude, do it, way worth it. So maybe. They make some really decent low draw AC units now for camper vans that are pretty low on the roof. They're not giant like they used to be. So, but all that stuff takes away from solar space. So I really got to put some thought in the top on what's more important. Because I do drive a lot on my channel for YouTube. Being on the move is a part of who I am. So I think really huge, ginormous solar systems are great for those who want to sit, but I do drive more than normal. So more than the average Joe for sure. So we'll see. Because right now I have 300 watts on the top there and it works. I wish I had 6. So if I can squeeze 600 watts on the top of that thing, plus all the other fancy stuff I'd love to have, I'd be happy. You know, I got friends of mine that have like 1,600 watts on the top of their rigs. Crazy. Navigating the destination, yes, a 12-volt air conditioner. They make some really great ones out there right now. Starlink dual receivers. What do you mean by that? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Nutter Simp? What roof rack? So we're gonna manufacture our own roof racks here at Van Toys for my van. I got Daryl here now, remember? So now manufacturing anything out of aluminum, done. We can do all that stuff now. So once I design the roof rack that I want, in the design that I want, that roof rack that goes onto this very van will be for sale on our store. So anybody wants roof racks for the Sprinters, those will then be available. We'll also be doing one for the Ford Econolines and probably the same one for the Chevys because I don't think the roofs are too far different on those. The bracketing system maybe. But yes, all that stuff, we're gonna start working on that stuff starting at the end of the month or early February once we got Daryl in house here. Blue camo, maybe. I don't know if I do the whole thing. Let me show you some I found. This is something where the blue camo would be cool. So I found this awesome Sprinter online the other day. It's in gray camo. So if you look back here, in the back there, that little bump out. Oh, come on. Sorry guys, give me a sec. You can see the bump out back there? That's where you put the bed sleeping this way so you can sleep crossways. So it gives you an extra few more inches. But looking at this one, if I were to keep my van blue, like the regular blue that you guys see back there, you know what I mean? Imagine that kind of slowly chopping into a blue camo and then back to a regular blue on the back. Like, think about that. I think it might look kind of sick actually. But we will be doing something cool with this rig. May not be right out of the gate, but definitely it's gonna be super rad like that when it's done. But I seen that in the gray camo. I'm like, woo! In the blue camo, that might be kind of sick actually. So we'll take a look at those things when the time comes. We're still a fair amount of ways away from ever needing to do that. It was the blue camo I was hoping for. Who said that? Crash said it was the blue camo I was hoping for. Tim Burns, but I think they should make a new Ford Econoline cargo van. I get what you mean. The car, because they still make the Ford Econoline just in a cutaway. I agree. I agree that they should have still kept the camper van lineup big, you know what I mean? And just did the Transits in a high roof, screw the low roof, kept the low roof as the Econoline. I agree. The Econoline is an incredible platform. The frames on those things are so strong. That's why so many people like me can get away with beating the crap out of their Econolines and they just last out there. I am a giant fan of the Ford Econoline platform. We've seen some people on here since I got this thing saying, oh, the Ford Econoline guys, we're all leaving now. You think I don't love Ford Econolines anymore? I love those things. And that's the primary thing that we work on here at Van Toys is we do lift kits in Ford Econolines. That's our, probably one of our biggest things. Inside window blinds. Yes, this thing will definitely be getting some blackout curtains and stuff too. I love the ability of looking out that window, and I've pondered on putting another window like that on the driver's side, but the driver's side one having one with a opening window at the bottom, because they do make them where the window splits right about there, and you've got the ability to open up that bottom section or open up a part of it or whatever. I've seen a few different ones out there. But putting one, depends on how I build the inside. Having a window in the kitchen is a cool idea. I do love it if my kitchen's on the driver's side, because then you can look out of the kitchen. But there is some downfalls to it. You've got more things to cover up, because you're gonna have to cover them up in order to be sleeping in there. You have more ways of losing heat. The more windows you have, the harder it is gonna be to heat a rig that big. So there's some things to think about. GAMG, we talked about bathrooms. You don't need to spam your toilet all over here. We already talked about bathrooms. I'm probably gonna shit in a bucket. Nice job, just curious why you didn't buy your own building instead of renting. It's pretty easy. That's a very easy answer. Because to buy a piece of land like this is like $1 million here. $1 million. And then what? You got 250,000 bucks or whatever it is, or 300 grand to build a building? Heck no. That would be like $1.3 million. No. Heck no. When we rented this place out in the sticks, we got it cheap. It's so worth it. So worth it. Yeah, no. Because I don't, it'd be different if I wanted to do like a whole pile of things on one yard, it may be worth it, but I would never buy in BC. I would put this business on the East Coast. I would 100%. If I was gonna buy something, I would have bought it in Nova Scotia, where you could probably buy the piece of land for 200 grand and then start your business out there. There's a reason why there's so much stuff out on that way instead of here. BC, British Columbia, BC stands for bring cash, because holy shit, you're gonna need a lot of it. Yeah, a bare piece of dirt for a commercial piece of property? Oh yeah, man. You can't even buy a house out here less than $1 million. It's insane. Like, I was looking at like lakeside cabins and stuff for rent up on north side of the island. You're looking at like 700 grand, 600 grand, $1.5 million, depending on where you're at. You know, it's nuts out here. Very, very expensive. So that's why I chose to rent, because this is my 10-year plan. If this happens to continue on past 10 years, super rad. You know what I mean? If I can build up something amazing over here that will just run while I just take off and go and retire, and maybe my daughter runs the place or something, sure, great, I'm in. But this is just my 10-year plan. All I want out of this van toy shop is to help some people build out some camper vans from somebody who knows how to live in a camper van, and to share some of the love I have for this van life for other people, make some money along the way, and build some cool shit and have some fun. The key to that is to have some fun. SOK batteries in the Sprinter? Heck yeah, Joe, of course SOK batteries in the Sprinter. Of course. I mean, for me to put an SOK battery in the Sprinter is as easy as going, do I want to put the 280 amp hour ones in there? Do I want to put the 100 amp hours in there? Do I want to put the 206 amp hour ones in there? Do I want to put the 24 volt ones in there? I just pick from home. You just go shopping right here. Those are all SOK batteries, by the way. If you guys need any, you know where to go. We got lots. But yeah, 100% there'll be SOKs going in there for sure. And yeah, and that poses another question. Do you go 12 volt all the way, or do you go 24 volt? Me, myself, I know my way around a 12 volt system because I have one in my van. I've had that in my van now forever. So to go 12 volt is familiar. I would know how to wire that. I understand it. But going 24 volt is something that I would have to learn because I've never, someone just asked me, when do my shelves come in? Could be another 4, 5, 6 weeks. I don't remember how long it's been since I ordered. They're talking about my big wall racks. I have these nice big fancy wall racks coming in to put all that stuff up there instead of all over the floor. So yeah, but that, like I said, that's another question. Do I go a 12 volt system? Do I go a 24 volt system? You know, that's another way to think about it. Will Van Toys channel have product reviews and giveaways? They'll definitely have product reviews for sure on the Van Toys channel. I was hoping to have that channel up by now, but I need help. I seriously need help over here. For real. What I need, honestly guys, if you're on Vancouver Island, you have to be here on Vancouver Island, right? Like live here. Not live in Victoria, live up on my shop's end of Vancouver Island. If you have a grandson or preferably somebody younger that understands social media, who's maybe really interested in like learning how to do things like create posts and stuff like that. Or like today, we were doing some website designing stuff. Someone who's like really creative on the design side, that's young, that we can kind of work together and they can grow in their love for designing things. Like today, I could use somebody to sit down and just design some stuff for the website, some images and pictures with some text and writing. I could use somebody young around here that I could just hand my camera to and say, hey, we're gonna go film a Van Toys video, follow me with my camera. Man, I could use something like that around here. But everybody who reaches out to me that wants to help, they're like, hey, I'm from Philadelphia. I'd love to. You're in Philadelphia. What the heck am I gonna do with you up here? But I would love, honestly, it would, I mean, the first kid's not gonna be a good fit. I know it. I know we're probably gonna go through 5, 6 people before I find the right one to work. But I'd love to have somebody younger with some younger energy in here that's just cool to run around and do all sorts of crazy stuff in here. Could be anything from folding shirts on a Monday to chasing me with a camera on a Tuesday to doing some YouTube shorts for me on the Van Toys channel on Thursday, you know? I'd like to. Can I afford to bring somebody else in? Don't think so, but I really, 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 really need to. I'm pushing myself way too far. Way too far. But yeah, everybody that reaches out, they're never here. They're like, I live in a van. I'm like, I don't need a van dweller sleeping in my parking lot. I'd love to find somebody that lives out here. Sure, if you're a van dweller, but my problem with van dwellers is you got somebody who's on the move. They could be here, we could invest all this time into somebody, and they could bounce out in 3 months. So that's my fear with bringing in a van dweller. Unless they're local, bring it on, man. If you're local and you just live here and you've been living out here in your van forever, just can't sleep on the property here, I'd be open to it, be a discussion. But I know what I want and what I'm looking for, and I'm pretty sure the first guy or second guy or third guy is not going to fit. And I just seen someone say, Danica, oh, heck yes. Please. But Danica's going to university right now, and she doesn't live on the island. Otherwise, Danica would be here for sure. I wish. Trenton says, for AC, there are some amazing 12 volt and 24 volt mini splits that can be mounted on the rear door. Yeah, I actually have a friend of mine, Chris, that painted my shop here. Chris has a mini split and he loves it. I just don't know if I want something like that mounted on the back door of this thing. If I could find something that was under vehicle mount or roof mount, I'd be open to that. Dan and Tina, what's up, you guys? "24 volt advantages are lower current, but 12 volt will do because you have to think about transforming up and down voltages, but you'll figure it out." So yeah, I mean, everything I've done in my van's 24 volt, and every appliance I use is, 12 volt, and every appliance I use in my van is 12 volt. It's always been like that. Like, I think if the AC unit wasn't if it was a 24 volt, I may think about going on a 24 volt system for that and just adjust everything down to what we need for everything else. But yeah, I'm not sure. Get you an Elon robot to do it. Man, if I could get a robot and program it, I so would. 100%. Joe Cooper says, thanks for reading my comments, Chrome. Have a great day. You too, man. If you're leaving this live stream, thanks for stopping by. Interns are great, but they are likely to move on too. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't mind somebody younger around here, because to bring in some younger energy in here is really, really great. You know, and you got someone who's got that little pep and excitement and eager to learn something new. Especially being around here, being that I'm a YouTuber, like, it's not boring around here. There's always something crazy going on. So I figured getting somebody younger in here, someone that we can kind of like, I don't know, mold into what we need specifically for here, because what we do as a YouTuber, it's not traditional. Like, things are crazy around here. It's not like you go to work and you do the same thing every day. That's not what a case would be around here. But to have somebody that could really start taking, I don't need it for my channel. My channel is great. I got my channel on lockdown. I film it, I edit it, I'm good to go. It's moving forward with Van Toys is where I'm gonna need an extra helping hand. So if I could have somebody around to help out with that stuff, it'd be freaking rad. Maybe reach out to some high schools or colleges and see if you could find someone. Yeah, I'm not sure how I would approach that. You just email the high school and say, yo. You know, but that would be awesome. Like definitely have time for a kid. If the kid wants to come by here Monday to Friday after school and on Saturdays, that'd be rad. It's just the Van Toys side that really could use a hand. Because I can't do both. Doing both, don't you think getting a different color than blue so you wouldn't stand out so much when you're going to be stealth? What the fuck does stealth mean? What am I hiding? Have you seen my van? My van, have you seen it? It's not stealthy. Stealth, honestly, guys, let's rip the Band-Aid off right now. If you're new to van life, stealth is bullshit. Bullshit. Full on bullshit. Okay. In some ways, in some areas and scenarios, I could see that, but that's like this much of what you're doing in your van. This much is when you would ever have to worry. So for me, I don't park in that one scenario that I would have to worry. Honestly, it's better that people know that you live in your van. It's better that your van looks like a camper van. It's better that when some criminal walks by at night that's smashing windows, looking to steal your stereo or steal your change or try to find something in the glove box, it's better that that thief that cruises by your van doesn't go by and go, wonder if there's any tools in there. Smash! And you're in bed, that dude just did a home invasion. He didn't want to. You get up, you're like, what the f-? And then that guy's gonna bolt. You're gonna say, hey, you're gonna freak them out, they're gonna run. But if they're, no, you're living in your van, the same guy that is grabbing change from the block over is gonna walk by your van, they're like, yo, I'm not hitting that one, someone might be in it. Because they're not out there looking to do a home invasion, because that's what it would be. If the thief knows that you're in it, they know that they're doing a home invasion, they're ready for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So people just don't do it. You know what I mean? The only time I hear of people that have had, I mean, sure, there's probably going to be some, but any story I've heard where the vehicle's been broken into is because they left the door unlocked. Like, I've heard from many van dwellers that someone pulled on a door, pulled on the front door, got in the front seat because it was already unlocked. But the second they said something, they bolted off because it scared the shit out of them. So, honestly, guys, there's no need to be stealth. You know, you just keep moving every day. Don't live outside your van in areas that was residents around. Do your outside living in somewhere else and pull up somewhere to sleep. But that whole stealth thing is only a part of a van dweller's life for the first 6 months to a year. And that's the truth. You will always feel like you need to hide in your first year. It's natural. It's natural that when you're out there thinking, oh my gosh, people know I'm going to live in my van, I feel weird about it. That's normal. Everybody gets through that. Go through it. Feel like you need to be stealth in your first year. Go have fun. Go do what you need to do. If you feel like stealth is a mandatory thing in your life, damn it, go be as stealthy as you can. Put camo underneath on your eyes and paint yourself all up and barrel roll into your van and crawl around the ground like a military guy cruising through the bush and boom, slide in your van, pull up all your blinds and be like, nobody see me, nobody see me. Do whatever makes you happy. If that makes you feel like you're doing the right thing, do it. But honestly, you'll realize real quick that after 6 months, all that shit doesn't mean a damn thing. And that's true. So there's only sometimes when, like stealth becomes something, like if you know you're sleeping in an area that you're not allowed to, like completely not allowed to, then for one, you shouldn't be sleeping there. But those are the times that stealth becomes a thing. You know what I mean? But that thought of being stealth is something that I went through too. At the very beginning of my van life, because I seen that word online, I felt like I needed to hide. No, you don't. And I know some people in the comments here somewhere are probably saying, yes, you do. In my area, you have to. Go live in your van in your area. Go ask all the full-time van dwellers in your area, and they're going to tell you a totally different tune. Vancity Vanlife, can you tell Catherine what heat press we use? She asked about 50 times. Sorry, you guys. Let's go upstairs right now and I'll show you. Cruzy's probably upstairs too. All right, so the heat press we use here, we have a Hottronics Vision IQ by Stalls. That's the heat press that we use. This one here, you can have the tray that pulls out this way. This is the sleeve platen, so you can do all your sleeve prints on it. We have platens for just about everything you would need. And this one here, if you don't like the pull-out part of it, this one has a slide out to the side. So if you unlatch that one, you can actually move this out of the way and then move this back. Ours is locked in and we use the pull-out. I find this just better. Hottronics, Fusion IQ. We also have the Fusion IQ hat press too as well. Hats will be coming soon. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys with Cruzy because I gotta pee. Hi, buddy. You hang out with them, Dad's gotta pee. Did you entertain them? Cruz, you moved right out of the way. You could have kept it right there. Hey, buddy. Hi, bro. Hi, bro. Oh, you're so warm, buddy. Yeah, you're so warm. Okay, we're going to go back downstairs, bro, okay? You do me a favor? You want to take the Christmas tree down? Christmas is over, bud. It's over. Those are my fancy lights. We'll leave the fancy lights on for you, bud. This is kind of like vlogging, but without the edit. All right, chair, come on. Okay. When you get 2,000 people in here, it's a little hard to kind of go through everything. Cruz needs his own apartment. Cruz has his own apartment. What do you mean needs? He has his own apartment. That's Cruzy's apartment up there. It's got a TV, 5 beds. He's good to go. Did you wash my hands? Heck no. Why would you wash your hands? You just pee and go. Who washes their hands nowadays? Come on. Name it the Cruz Mobile. Rebecca says, Chrome, you're a great inspiration for me to get my van. Super awesome. I think having a van is just, it's so much fun. Probably the funnest thing I ever did in my life for sure. And even after 7 full years of being in one, I can still say that. And that speaks volumes because I get bored fast. Things for me in my life, they don't last long. I get bored, I move on, and that's it. I literally let things go and I move on to do something new. And van life after 7 years is still here, which is volumes to how fun this lifestyle is. Cowboy ADV, hey Chrome from England. Is your van an extended version? Yes, that is a 170 wheelbase, all-wheel drive Mercedes Sprinter, 2024. It's the long one. Rebecca says, just need my 17-year-old to graduate and get on with his life too. I'm getting spams. Spam texts suck. Travis says, please hit the like button. It helps a lot. It does. It truly does. Curious, why not get a 2025? I could have done a 2025, but it's the wait time and the lead time to get one. So if you were to design your own 2025 version on the website with all the little features you want, you got the waiting game until that vehicle arrives. So that, and these were at a pretty good price point, being that the brand new ones have already come out and these ones are already sitting at the lot. So there was a better price point on these ones, and I didn't want to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 months for the new van to come in. Because at that point, you build them on your own. So they come spec'd right from the factory out to you with everything that you need. Unless there's already one out there in the system, then you can grab it. Van in Black, I'd like to talk to you about your extended van insurance. What do you want to talk about? If you're in British Columbia, we can talk. But if you're somewhere else, my insurance situation does not apply to you. Like vehicle insurance in Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, everywhere else is different than here. The government runs our insurance here in BC. Like it's a provincial done insurance. We have one insurance company. So things run differently out here. Am I taking it to re-outfitted? No, this van's going to Overland Interiors. Vicky B just said, Dory from Finding Nemo. Keep swimming. That's funny. Chrome, we have to spam your comments so you might eventually see what we typed. Sometimes, when there's 2,000 people in the chat, it's impossible. That last live stream was so... I was trying to read way too many comments in the last one. It was bonkers. I was like, oh, I can't keep up with this. You could have used the blue storage after all. You're right. I probably could have. That's kind of funny. But I actually do like that the shop is all red and that's a nice contrast in here. Jay Drilly, I'm just talking to myself. I guess I must be missing some of your comments. Oh, someone says it's a joke. Extended warranty stalkers. Do you get extended warranty offers? What? Do you get extended warranty offers for vehicles you haven't owned for years? I have no idea. I mean, if you were to buy used from a dealership, I think you can get extended warranties through the dealership. But when I bought this thing, I did pay the extra and get full replacement insurance. So if something were to happen to the vehicle, they literally hand me the keys to a brand new one and say, well, enjoy your travels, Chrome. So I actually have the lady from the insurance place, from the dealership, looking into registering my vehicle as an RV. So I've never registered my van that I'm living in now as an RV because you can't run a business out of a recreational vehicle. And because I make YouTube videos, technically I'm at work when I'm out in that vehicle. So if I were to get into an accident and they know that I'm making a video that day, well, just look at the sign that's on the side and Google it, you'll see what I did the day before. If they know that, they may not cover you for the vehicle damage because you're at work. And if it's not insured for work, then they're not going to cover you. Does that make sense? So the lady from the dealership's trying to take a look at if you can use a recreational vehicle for business and still be covered. So I'll hopefully get an answer to that soon. She's going to dig deep in that. She couldn't find anything in the system whatsoever. So, but yeah, because I've never registered my vans as an RV for that reason. If I do it as an RV, my gosh, insurance is so much cheaper. But mine are registered for commercial use. That way we can run a YouTube channel out of it. Sorry guys, trying to catch up with some of these comments here. Oh, where are we going here? Come on guys. Where's my chat? Where's my chat? Oh, I missed a super chat. From Kelly, hi Chrome, sweet van. When does the new build start? Sorry, if I don't know how long ago that was. The new build is gonna start like soon. The only thing that's gonna stop me right now is the wait time to get in the pods, because I'm gonna need to do the pods first, the roof vent, then insulation and stuff like that, but we still have to order all of that stuff in. So probably 2 to 3 weeks away from actually doing some things on here. I'm gonna be excited about that. Plus, if I get the little extension capsules for the back side there, they're still gonna need to be sent out to the paint shop to get painted, so could be a month. Justin says, does Overland Interiors or other builders do some kind of financing? How the heck do people get builds done? Congrats on the new van. As far as I know, no van builders I know do financing. I'm pretty sure you could finance that stuff on your own through like a third-party finance company, but yeah, most van builders I know don't do the financing. And how do most people do it? To be honest, most people I know that are getting into van life full-time just finished selling their house. That's seriously what they did. They sold their house. Now they got 250 grand of extra money from leftover money they made from their house sale. And they just go out and they build themselves like a $150,000 van and hit the road for the rest of their life. So that's usually what I see mostly happening. Is people on retirement that have just sold their apartment or sold their home, sold their car, took all that money from everything that they had in their life, their furniture and everything else. After selling all that, they end up using that to build their camper vans. I might be wrong. I've been wrong once before, I think. De Niro says, when are you coming to Africa? My gosh, that'd be a rad trip. Are you insured for content? So here's a part that's tough. So if you register in BC here anyway, if you register your vehicle as an RV, it'll cover your build because that goes in a part of your assessment to become an RV. You'll get covered on the build side, but your contents aren't covered. And in British Columbia, this is where it gets hard. All content inside of that RV, outside of anything that's bolted to the vehicle, because when you do an RV conversion, the insurance company will cover anything that's bolted to the vehicle. It has to be bolted down. It can't be sitting on a counter, sitting in a drawer. That's considered contents. So in order to get content insurance, that would go underneath your home insurance or your business insurance. And for most people living in a van, they don't have a home with home insurance. So then the things in your vehicle cannot be covered. Maybe there's a third-party company that may do it, but here in BC, we have one insurance company, ICBC, and through them, that's how that works. You need a home to get content insurance. So if someone were to break in the van and steal my camera, which is just a cell phone anyway, they wouldn't cover that. I mean, everywhere else you go, Ontario could be different, Alberta could be different. Awning. Yes, this thing will be getting an awning. Probably a Fiamma, because this is so high up there. To get a manual one, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass. It'll probably get a powered Fiamma one on here, because there's no way to reach that high. You get a powered one, you hit it, and the awning just comes out on its own. Or you can get one with a pole, you just kind of crank it, and it cranks itself wide open. But it'll probably get one of those fancier Fiamma ones. I never thought I'd ever buy something like that, but when you have a rig this big, you're really cut back on the amount of options you have for doing super, super cheap awnings. Like the awning that's on my van's like $500. The awning on these things are a couple $1,000. They're pretty pricey. Have I slept in the new van yet? No. Chrome, when do I get my racks installed in the shop? Hopefully in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Why don't you lock your Apple Watch? Is driving me crazy to see the numbers on your pad. What's wrong with my Apple Watch? Get the crank when the auto Fiamma gets stuck. Oh, that would suck. So my True Serenity says get the crank. They're talking about the manual Fiamma awning. When the auto Fiamma gets stuck open, you'll regret it. Okay, touche. Thanks for that advice. That's good advice. Because sometimes you look forward to things like, well, do I go fancy? Do I go not? But I think that is a really great idea because that would really suck to have that thing stuck open. So yeah, I haven't even looked into those ones yet. I should actually look into carrying those things on the Van Toys store. Melissa says, will I get additional storage on top of Big Blue? No, I definitely won't be doing any more. I mean, no, because there's so much garage. Sorry, I had to think about that one. Because there's so much garage space in the back underneath there, I don't think I need to put any storage items on the top. Maybe I might do recovery boards or things like that I don't need to access as often. But if they fit underneath my bed, I may just do them underneath there. That way you just rack them out. All your recovery gear is right there. Quick grab, easy peasy, instead of having to climb all the way up there. So yeah, maybe though, but I'm not gonna do any storage bins. This is giant enough as it is. And that's the point about getting a bigger van is now I got lots of space to put my life in it and it not be so crammed. Rooftop deck. There will be standing solar on the top, so you can get solar panels that you can stand on. So but not for a rooftop deck. I don't think I would ever use a rooftop deck. I think that's just, it's dangerous. And my dog would hate it if I was hanging out up there and he was like, Dad, where are you? I'm upstairs. And he can't get up there. Yeah, rooftop decks are crazy. Batwing awning. No, I think I'm just going to do a full length. They make a pretty big, long awning on this side there. I definitely won't be doing a batwing on this one. On my short van, a batwing is a beautiful idea. What kind of an electrical system am I going to be putting in there? So electrical wise, my power needs are pretty basic. I don't run, well, I say that now. That's probably going to be a lie in about a week. My power needs in my current van are pretty basic. I don't have anything that runs high power. My inverter is only a 700 watt inverter. My average power draw in there is about 85 watts, which is my laptop charger. And that's probably my biggest power draw. Maybe my blender for grinding coffee, that's probably my biggest power draw. I'm gonna guess. That's it. So, but in here though, because I use a camp stove in my van, I might put an induction cooktop in here. I might put an oven in here. Who knows? No, don't put an oven in there, Chrome, because an oven means you're probably gonna bake muffins and cookies and shit you don't need. I know me. But yeah, so who knows? I'm probably gonna put an induction cooktop in this one and lots of power. If you guys were on the live stream earlier, you guys know I have pallet loads of SOK batteries in stock here at Van Toys. Lots of it. So I'm probably gonna put tons of power. I might put the 206 amp hour ones, maybe we put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You know, who knows? They're 200 amp hours a piece. So, you know, 2 of them is 400 amp hours, 412. Maybe we do 6 of them. That's a lot of power. I have 400 amp hours in mine. Like I could do 3 times the power in the back of that thing for sure. Oh, Andy Overland Interiors. Oh, Andy answered the question about financing. He is looking into financing for kits online, only online. So on that note too, even on Van Toys too as well, there is companies out there that allow you to finance online store purchases. So we've had some people in the States reach out to us here in Canada and say, hey, do you guys have any of those financing options for us to be able to buy like a fridge from you guys on financing from the States? So Andy, if you're researching this and you find something, let me know. But what we found with all the financing ones we looked at so far, the finance companies in Canada will finance Canadian purchases only. It won't allow an American to buy from a Canadian store and finance in the USA. And the Canadian finance companies won't finance the other side of it. You know what I mean? It's that border divide. So if they make us the 51st state, then we're problem solved. Whoa. So yeah, I know. And even though Van Toys has an American side to the store, that's not an American store. It's still a Canadian store with an American side. So the only way for that to happen for us is to open up a whole new Van Toys store in the USA. That's not gonna happen. It's too expensive. But yeah, so Andy just said he's looking into financing kits online. So Andy, if you find a way to finance people from the USA making purchases here, let me know. I would love to know. Because doing those online things are great for someone to be able to, you know, who just doesn't quite have the money that needs a roof vent. They can go online, make a purchase, hit 4 easy payments, because I've seen that pop up on my thing all the time. This is, would you like to make this on 4 easy payments? Like, yeah. You just click on it and go. So, I mean, I think we can integrate with that. Amanda, if you're still on here, Amanda, which you shouldn't be, Amanda, you're not working. What are you doing? Hanging out with me still? Look into that, Amanda. That'd be cool if we can start adding that to the store. So yeah, man, but Amanda, see if you can find a Canadian side. It'd be cool to attach that to both of our stores in Canadian, like to Canadians only. I'd love that. Is that Amanda that just says, I love you, Chrome. Gross. Sorry, Amanda. You're my employee. I love you too. You know it's gonna start rumors, right? Cruz is barking. People can do that with PayPal in America. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I think that's really rad that a lot of these guys are doing that, because not everybody can afford to buy everything right out the gate at once, and to be able to do things in a couple easy payments is pretty rad. Do I like the sliding door on the blue van? I can't answer that question yet because I haven't built a van inside of it yet. So I like my doors in mine. Cruzy's barking, guys. Give me 1 sec. Hey. Hi. Thanks for being patient. Had to go up and attend to Cruzy. So yeah, Andy from Overland Interior says that they're looking at setting up some kind of an online financing if you buy from his store. So not doing builds in-house, because Andy does kits that ship directly to you guys. Those tires won't make it through a soccer field. You are right. So on these vehicles, if you were to do the 2-inch lift kit, there's a few vans that make it. Maybe Welltec might make them. Maybe Welltec might make one. Can I say that? Might make one. Might make one. That'd be pretty rad. Because everything we do in here is Welltec designs. They did the Sprinter. They did the Transit the other year. Maybe Maybe Sprinter's coming up this year. That'd be rad. Jeremy, I would love a WeldTech kit for my Sprinter. Please make one. Please make one, please. But yeah, so there's a few other companies out there that do suspensions for these things, and doing the 2-inch lift on it, new shocks front and back, new springs on the back too to handle the weight of the build, and chopping out a little bit of that wheel well right there, just a little bit on that corner there, and moving that mud flat back a little bit actually allows you, and I think you have to cut the back one out too a little bit, just on the back side there. I think it's on the back. Move the mud flat back a bit. I think you can run a 35-inch tire on these things. 35, that's the same size tire that's on my van. That is a huge tire. And then you can buy a tune through a company that works with Mercedes. They're not just a third-party company that does it on their own. They actually work with Mercedes, and they make a tune that you can tune your vehicle to it for the bigger tires. So that way everything on the inside knows that, well, you're spinning a bigger tire than what you were previously before. It's pretty rad. Gonna need skid plates for the whole undercarriage, especially the back end, of course. You're definitely gonna need some skid plates. Well, definitely on the rear diff, on the little pumpkin down there, and some skid plates right here along the front too, underneath, just to protect that under front part because it is kind of hangs a little low. Oh yeah, there's tons of companies out there that make skid plates, but when the time comes for us to do these ones, we're gonna design our own skid plates. That way they can go on the van toy store. So we're gonna take a look at my needs underneath there and then just custom do something that fits for me. And we'll end up putting those on our store as well too. Am I gonna do Tyro coating on the new van? No. I might do like that textured coating along the bottom and maybe along those front pieces. I'm not sure. We'll see, because we're probably gonna end up doing, not the Tyro though, because they're in Alberta and I'm out here. We'll probably end up doing Line-X because we have a Line-X not far from the shop here. And we'll probably Line-X the ladders, the roof racks, all that stuff with the Line-X material. Maybe you Line-X the bottom, that way it's all good and protected. Comes the star of the show. Hi, buddy. Did you eat already? You ate it all. Did you come down here so I could clean your face? Let me see your chin. Oh, yeah, 100%. Came down here to get a face cleaning. Give me a sec, Cruzy. Bring your face, buddy. Bring your face. Bring your face. How was your food? Was it good? No, was it good? Oh, bro. Oh, bro. All right. Come on, let's go for a pee. Come on. Come on, homie. Come on, bud. Give her. Come on, buddy. Amanda's like, no wonder he's fat. You feed him already? He gets 2 meals a day, no matter when he gets it. 2 meals. Now he's got to starve for the whole rest of the day, no more food. Plus he's on a diet, so his meals are really, really, really little right now. Cruzy needs a skateboard. I don't think he would ever use a skateboard. I think Cruzy would probably end up just chewing on it. Privacy, please, is what Cruz is thinking. Leah says, are you going to cover the cab roof with stickers? Probably not in this one. Probably not. I'll probably end up doing some big sticker thing in the back of the garage though, because it's the first time in my life, well, in my van life, well, even in my life in general, I feel like I'm going to have a luxury home. I seriously honestly do. I've never owned a Mercedes for one in my life. And I get to do things in here that I dreamed about in van life for all these years. So probably not going to bomb the whole inside of this thing full of stickers all over the ceiling of it. I'll probably keep it pretty for a while. And then once that prettiness starts to go, a few years, things start to wear off on this shiny new car smell, then maybe. But right now, when things are brand new, I couldn't bring it to me to slap stickers over everything. But on my build on the inside and the back, maybe. Will I ever make it to the US in Big Blue? Possibly. I love Cruz. I have 2 English bulldogs. Ah, my favorite dog. Did you ever buy a new car before? No, I bought a newer, but not brand new. I bought a Chevy Malibu, a 2012 Chevy Malibu. I remember getting that thing. I loved it. I got a 2012 Chevy Malibu. I think I got it at 60,000 kilometers or something. To me, that was the newest vehicle I had ever owned. Will I be having an Amazon store also? Probably not. I mean, a lot of the brands that we do carry don't allow us to do Amazon or any marketplace sales. That's just a part of working with some of these bigger brands. Take ARB for an example. We can't do anything that directly competes with them, aka Amazon, or do any marketplace stuff. I'm guessing that would be like a Facebook marketplace or anything like that. Anything, no ads like that whatsoever, not ads, sales whatsoever. We have to sell within our own website. He said Big Blue twice, chat. If you're talking about me calling that Big Blue, no. I was reading somebody else's comment. I don't name my vans. I think naming your van is silly. I think Amanda said that somebody made a comment the other day saying I should call the van because Danica wanted it in the blue. I should call it Davanica or something like that. Let me go grab Cruz. Come on, bud. Cruz. Let's go. Apparently, he's out taking a poop. Apparently. Yeah, Reigns of Healing. There's a lot of people that name their vehicles. I know. I do van tours to people like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm so-and-so, and this is my van, Carl. Why is your van named Carl? Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's fun. I've had some people. Blue balls. There's a good one. Linda Roberts says, don't name the van. So when do you think you'll get to enjoy the van? Hopefully within the next 4 or 5 months, this thing should be very much in process. We're going to start working on some of the fans, some of the exterior things first, like windows, roof vent, AC possibly, ladders, roof rack, side steps, back storage containers. Things like that are the things that we're going to start working on first, whether we build them our own in-house, which is probably going to be a majority of it, but some of those parts might be purchased. Like there's some really nice front winch mounts for these things that other companies have made that I don't think we're capable of making something that incredible in-house, because a lot of them, I think they're like one piece of metal, but they've stamped it. They've stamped all the interior bends and curves are on a stamp machine. And we don't have the means to do that here. We do have the means to laser cut and plasma cut. Those are 100% no problem. We could do all the rest of it. But that front piece is kind of nicely molded so it fits with the factory bumper. So, yeah. We'll probably end up purchasing that one. But things for the Sprinters are very pricey. I've noticed that things are priced to the cost of the vehicle. Like they think that anybody who buys one must be rich. So we're going to crank that price up that much more. Jimmy says, tell me the last person that named a house. Exactly. Oh, someone's coming. Give me a sec. I'm going to the dog. 1 sec. Cruz. Anybody? But once you get run over, Cruzy's a bit of a dummy when it comes to other vehicles, so anytime I hear a vehicle outside, I always go make sure that Cruzy's okay. He'd be one that would walk to the door right away. Someone asked me how Cruzy's lump is. So, because I never ended up filming that day, I'll show you guys. These clips were supposed to actually go into an actual video, but I never put them in there. Cruzy went to the vet the other day. Here's the clips.
Where are we, buddy? Hey? Where are we? Getting you checked out, bro. Yes, we are. Hey, buddy. Get an x-ray? We're getting you checked out, bro. Yes, we are. Hey, you're gonna get an x-ray today to see if you have any bladder stones, make sure all that stuff's still good to go, and a urine sample. And Cruzy has a little bump underneath his skin here, so they're gonna take a sample of that and send that out to the lab too as well. The vet said usually that's just a soft fatty tissue in that area, but we're gonna sample it and find out. Hey, we'll make sure that you're good to go, bro. Yeah, make sure you're good to go. Cruzy, there's blood all over the table. What'd you do? Hey, that's your blood, buddy. And the bump over here is all gone. Hey, it's all gone, buddy. So there's a little tiny bit of it left. He's still bleeding a little bit. He poked a needle inside of it, and it was all just blood, so it could be just a cyst. He's gonna take, Cruzy, there's blood.
I redid that shot.
Cruzy, you got blood right there, bro.
Take two.
It's all over you. Guess what they did?
All right, hold on.
They poked.
Where's the next clip? Oh, that's the last clip. I thought it.
We'll put you in a big machine and get...
Oh,
Now he's going in for an x-ray. Hey, we'll put you in a big machine and get you checked out. Oh, that's my sweet boy. Cruzy,
so
you got blood right
Cruzy goes in every once in a while to get an x-ray and urine test because he had bladder stones. And once an animal gets bladder stones, they're prone to get bladder stones more and more often. So, but another part of this visit was he had this little lump. So they put a needle in it and pulled a sample out of the inside of the lump, and it ended up being blood. They pulled it all the way out and emptied the whole sack gone, just blood. So he took the blood samples, and they're sending that blood samples out to the lab to kind of see if there was anything inside of it. That's alarming. If the test shows something, it might show that it's not a big deal. If that's the case, we can just leave that lump alone because it's just got blood inside of it. Or if it comes back inconclusive, they can cut that lump right out, send the whole lump out to go get checked. But he said it could just be a cyst and it's just holding blood. There's nothing else in it. So, but because the next stage after that is I could make the option, which I probably would, just chop it out, go send it out just to make sure that everything is okay. But he said usually in the chest area and stuff like that, on a dog like a bulldog, having fatty deposits is really, really common. But he doesn't think that that little spot on his chest is alarming at all. So anyway, Emily texts me, see what she wants. Tell me when you're done with your live. Okay. Emily's been working on the back side of the website. Not really the back side. That's Amanda's does all that back numbers and shipping side. Emily's working on the navigation part and helping me put some new products on the store right now. I should plug in my phone. Stuart says, hey, Chrome, I love your videos and thank you for your positivity and energy you put out into the world. Looking forward to what you do with the new van and the Ambo. Awesome, Stuart. Thanks for the positive vibes. I appreciate it. Lucia says, I still have an ICBC question outstanding. Anyone have an answer for me? All right. Lucius, sometimes you're better to redrop that question in there too. So if it happens to be caught, we catch it. Let me go back and find out what your question is. But honestly, your ICBC question, just phone them. That's the best way to do it. Just call your local ICBC and ask them. Oh, I found another question from you, but I can't seem to find the one that you're talking about. Sorry, ma'am. Oh, Alicia's. No, another one. Still not the ICBC question. Sorry, boss. I can't find it. I have so many questions I missed in here, guys. I wondered about Cruzy's dark tooth too. So Cruzy got his butt kicked by 2 dogs a while ago. And a part of getting his ass kicked, they had him on his back. They beat the crap out of him. They could have really hurt him, but they pretty much, I think they were just sending a message at that point. They could have mutilated him for sure. It was a couple of mastiffs. But I think when they were roughhousing it all the time, not roughhousing, when they were beating him up, I think his tooth got chipped on the ground. And when I took him to the vet says the tooth looks okay. It could have just chipped the dentin, I think that's what he called it, off the top of it, which can discolor the tooth itself. The vet at this visit took a look at it and said that the tooth actually looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. So he goes, if I wanted to, I could send him down to the vet, the dentist vet, and have them take a good look at it. Because, but otherwise, there's no discoloration around the gums, so it doesn't look like it's infected or anything like that. It just looks like they just damaged the tooth when he got in that dog fight. They kicked the shit out of him. Like, Cruz was so out of breath, I didn't think that he was going to start breathing again. I'm not shitting you. It was bad. He was limp in my arms when I carried him away from the fight. It was brutal. And he had cuts and scratches all over him. Yeah, they got him pretty good. Can you imagine, someone just said, can you imagine the cost of a root canal for a bulldog? Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to know. RT Adventures, I can be your camera girl in exchange for Premiere Pro content help. I don't have the time. Camera girl, awesome, but for me to have time to train somebody on how to use Adobe Premiere, I don't have that time. Like, after this, I worked all morning. I started work this morning bright and early, 5 o'clock. I worked all day. We do this live stream. After the live stream, I need to edit a video for the Van Toys channel because I want to start that. And I still need to film a video for this channel for tomorrow. It's a lot. It's a lot. Having time for even a conversation with a friend of mine is insane. Like, my friends don't stop by the shop here anymore because they know I just don't have the time. They know that if they come by, sometimes that hour will ripple effect over a few days and just destroy tons. I need more people. But on that flip side, I don't have time to go through and train either. You know what I mean? Myself. You could learn from just watching me. RT Adventures, honestly, man, there's a pile of stuff on YouTube. A pile. I learned how to edit by just YouTubing. Truth. I'm like, how do I adjust the volumes in Adobe Premiere? Boom. Oh, there's the video. Cool. That works. How do I do this? Boom. Cool. That works. And that's how I learned. Honestly, when I learned how to edit, I just YouTubed it all. Like, how do I blur a license plate? Boop. Done. Now I know how to blur a license plate. Things like that. It's, you know, YouTube was incredible, especially when you're using a really good editing platform like Adobe Premiere, which is incredible. There's so much stuff out there. Lynn says there's a website called Lydia. You can learn Avid and Adobe on it. Honestly, check that one out for sure. I've never seen that one, but YouTube. Thousands of videos on YouTube. Travis likes to write, hit the like button. So hit the like button, you guys. Let's make Travis happy. Alicia says, damn, I can't time it. Okay, I'm going to back up here and try to find it. Hold on. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find a comment. What's up, Tom? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Okay, hold on, trying to find it. I see the sorry for the spam. That's number 6, which means it's got to be before this. Damn it. Why can I not find it? I can't find it. So, Alucia's, I just found your other one too. I have an ICBC question. What's the ICBC question? Write it in there, all caps. Just get it. Hit it 5 times in a row. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get it done. Where's Cruzy at? Mr. Cruzy is upstairs sleeping on the floor. In his little puppy cave upstairs. That's where he likes to spend most of his time up there. Do you see the overlanding vehicle? They're so big they would make your shop small. Do you see the overlanding vehicle? I don't know what that is. If that's a YouTube channel or what. Tom, it's all good. You don't need to be on YouTube memberships, man. It's okay. Showing up on YouTube all the time is more valuable than being a YouTube member. 100%. Honestly, supporting us channels on those platforms, just do it out of fun. Honestly, guys, do it out of fun just to see a little bit more of us. But other than that, like your time is better valued by watching all of our videos right to the very end, every single upload, and that is the truth. That goes farther than any dollar would with any YouTube channel, anytime, any day. Truth. I'd rather have 0 people on YouTube memberships and everybody watch my video in full. Like everybody that sees every video in their feed, if they watch the whole thing in full, our channels would skyrocket. No kidding. Lucius, I still don't see that question in here. Let's get it. I'm waiting for it. No, I think he gave up and left. Oh, well. Get an empty weight before you start upgrading. Yeah, 100%. I like that idea. I should have the empty weight rate from the factory, though, anyway. Alicia's re-asked the question. Okay, let me see if I can find it here. I wonder if mine's not showing all the questions. I see him say delay and LOL. I wonder if mine's not showing every single... Should I try again? I'm not seeing the question. I wonder if mine's not showing every... Yeah. I wonder if mine's only showing like the question highlights. Let me see if I can get into here. I wonder if I can change my chat. Top chat, live chat. View all messages. Live chat, view all messages. Okay, I wonder if mine was just showing the top chats. It's possible. Okay, I'm scrolling back. See what we can find here. All right, where is it here? Where is it here? I'm feeling good about this time. Hey, Amanda, if you're in here and if you know that question, I can't find it. If you know that question that Lucius, or however you pronounce that's asking, just text it to me. It's not letting me go any farther. Now that I'm in a live chat one, it's not letting me scroll back too far. Sorry, man. Even Amanda says that even Amanda hasn't seen it again. Do I get extra if we view on our phone and TV? Honestly, Roxanne, I'm not really too sure. I don't know if that's based on your YouTube account itself. You know, whether you watch it on your phone, tablet, or TV, maybe coming from your one YouTube account still only counts as one view. There you go. Kim just said, Lucius, nobody is seeing your comment. I thought I was losing my mind. So yeah, we're seeing some of Lucius. Alicia's like, I'm not trolling. Can you see this? We can see that. Hey, Lucius, email me at chrome@vancityvanlife.ca. Holly says, Chrome, I ordered some stickers last June, but I never received my stickers. Oh, if that ever happens, just email our website that you ordered it from. Things like that do happen. I mean, postal shit gets lost all the time. I lost your message. Where'd it go? Is there any way I could talk to you or Amanda? Yeah, email orders, ORDERS, @vancityvanlife.ca. The same email that you would get when you place your order through our store, and she can go back through and find your original order. But yeah, things get lost in the mail like that, you know, not all the time, but they do happen. Sorry, you guys. Sorry you didn't get your stickers. Things like that happen sometimes. Oh, someone gifted membership? Someone says, wow, I was gifted a membership. Did I miss some gifting in here? Now, unless you were gifted the other day, because the other day... Oh, yeah, Lucius, you might be right. It might have a reserved order. Email me at chrome@vancityvanlife.ca. Get it, and I'll answer your question. Waiting for you. Sorry, guys, I'm going to go look at something here. What was I going to go look at? Oh, yeah. I lost my chat in here. All right, where's my chat window? Pop out chat. Oh, someone gifted memberships here. Hold on. Alan, sorry, Alan, I missed it. I've been looking at it on my phone, and it's way better to see things on here. Alan gifted 5 YouTube memberships. Thanks, Alan. And I can't scroll back far enough to see who you gifted them to. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I love when people gift my audience those things, because that's a gift directly to you guys. It benefits me when you all stick around and stay on memberships afterwards, but that's such a beautiful thing. I love that. Oh, okay, Lucius, really good question. Got it. Lucius asked, does ICBC accept a UPS address? Okay, as long as you talk to your UPS location that you have your address. So this is a big problem for a lot of people who live in their vehicles because they don't have a home that they keep their vehicle at. A home that is a home, right? But some UPS locations act as a residential address. So if your actual location, confirm with your UPS location first. Say, look, does this show as a street apartment style address. If they say yes, because not all locations do, then just go to ICBC, go get your insurance and say, here's my address. They're like, so is this where your vehicle is at parked at night? Say, yeah, that's where it's parked at night. That's what I did. Mine's not a UPS. I actually use a mail service company in Vancouver for the last 7-some years. Well, my address is now changed to the shop address, but I've been using that address for 7 years as my home. ICBC, that's my home. So yes, you can. Just don't say anything to them. That's it. Just don't say anything. Really, ideally, don't say anything. Walk in there and say, this is my address. They're going to say, is this where your vehicle's parked tonight? Say, yes, it is. That's it. You know, you don't have to park your vehicle outside of your UPS address every night. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a mailing address. They do the same thing for people that live full-time in an RV. They don't have a permanent address because they live in their RV. So yes, you can. Alan just piped in and said, I use a UPS store as my primary address for everything. It is set up like an apartment with a unit number. So yeah, also when you write your UPS number, make sure you don't write box number. Don't write unit whatever or apartment whatever or just the number. Don't write box. And Alan says, and it is considered a legal address. Just don't go walk into ICBC and start spilling your life story. Just go drop it. That's all I did. You know what I mean? She's like, hey, what's your residential address? I gave it to her. She punched it in there. Okay, cool. Right? And I know I only had one situation where somebody was like, hey, this address is showing up as a print store, right? I can't remember what it was. I don't remember. I remember going somewhere and they're like, I'm trying to find your address here and it keeps coming up as Robson Print and Ship. I'm like, oh, I live in the apartment upstairs, unit number 313. Oh, okay, cool. I might get that. Probably comes up because that's where my mail goes, is there for the units above it. Cool. That's it. Problem solved. Off we went. Nobody's none the wiser, right? Technically, I was at that Robson Print and Ship address. I was just box 313 instead of unit 313. And that was it. I got around this situation. Oh, yeah, no, I just live above that address there, but my address comes to the print store because they're the unit below us. It's like, cool. That was it. Otherwise, getting an address living in a van it's not hard, you know? And yes, you can use UPS. Just keep your zip shut when it comes to everything else. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need to tell your insurance place that I live in my van full time and this is just my mailing address and I go check it every 6 months, but I'm not really there. You know what I mean? At the end of that day, they just care, do we have a place that we can send you your ticket if you go through a red light? That's all they care about. It's a way to connect with you. That's it. But in BC is different because in Alberta, or I'm not in Alberta, in Ontario, heaven forbid you live in your vehicle, you now have a whole other world of problems when it comes to insurance and stuff. So, and I've told the ICBC agents now, like I'll be talking to a lady and she'd be saying something and I'm like, yeah, no, I live in my van. She's in conversation. She's like, cool. And she's off doing her insurance thing. She didn't give a shit. She's just an employee at that point. And nobody's ever said anything to me. How tall is my new van? I think we're gonna make, that might be the video that I make today. I have some design layout ideas and maybe that's the video that goes up tomorrow. Maybe I take some colored tape and start taping off the floor and figuring out where maybe I put the kitchen, where maybe I put the chairs. And maybe in that video is where we measure the height and the width and all that kind of stuff. I think it's 6 foot. Did we measure that in the video the other day? I don't remember. Lucius, thanks for that. It says, thank you, everyone. That was big for me. No problem. I know a lot of people cross those rough bridges when they're first getting into van life and, you know, like they're big hurdles for a lot of people. When the hurdles really they're not really hurdles. Like I know when I first got into mine, I was worried about that too. I was only worried about it because I read in some YouTube comments and watched on some smaller YouTube channels how that is a big deal. It's not a big deal. There's a reason why there's thousands and thousands and thousands of van lifers out there that live in their vans and still have an address. Scottage on Wheels from Happy New Year from Baja. Wicked, that'd be a great place to be right now. Dan Evans, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Am I planning to use insulation on your new van? Of course. Can't move into a van without insulating it. That would be ridiculous. What do you have to say to new van life people? Just do it. My advice for anybody brand new looking at getting into van life is really simple. Forget about stealth. No need to hide yourself. Just sleep in places that you feel like you would probably rent an apartment in, places that you feel safe in. Don't worry about what other people think. Pull up, put your curtains up, go to bed, say hi to anybody walking by the side of your van as you're putting your window curtains up. Keep your van clean, keep around your van clean. Don't live outside your van in those areas, live inside your van. Go to bed, get up in the morning, leave, and don't revisit that area. That's my only advice. Sleep one night, get the F out, go sleep on the other side of town tomorrow, then the other side of town the next night, the bottom side of town on the next night, and then maybe come back to that other day, that other spot randomly in the middle of the next week. That's it. Cycle your areas and don't worry about stealth. Just go to bed and get up and get out of there. Don't hang out in the areas that you sleep. That's it. My only advice. Oh yeah, buy a van. I always love that one. Get a van first. Alicia says, yeah, I have over 12 places scoped out. I also have daytime places scoped out too, over 15. So yeah, the best way to find places to sleep, truthfully, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go drive around town. You'll get a better feel for what it's like in an area when everybody's in bed. Don't do it at night because people are still roaming around. 4 o'clock in the morning, it's a weird feeling out there. Everybody's in bed, there's no movement, and you'll get to see what that area really honestly feels like. Pull over somewhere and be like, oh dude, I could have slept great here last night. It's a perfect time to go. Don't do it at night though, do it in the morning. Trust me guys, get up early, scope out some spots. I've done that too in an area. I'll be driving through an area in the morning, going to get coffee in a new area. I'm like, man, that would have been good to sleep there too. Ooh, that would have been good to sleep there too. You'll notice a lot more first thing in the morning. There you go. He just said that I'm an ultra marathon runner. I do a lot of running at 2 o'clock in the morning. Perfect. Those are great times, but that's good advice for anybody. If you want to find areas to camp out in, go for a drive around those areas that you want to sleep early in the morning, because then you get to know what the neighborhoods are really like. And if you feel safe there at 4 o'clock in the morning, pulling up on the side of the road yourself, you'll probably be safe there sleeping all night long. Chrome, my website is down. Let's find out. Vantoys.com is up. VancityVanlife.ca is up. Both are good. Martin, did you check out Living the Van Life's Mercedes rebuild? Yes, I did. I watch his channel. Need a purple shirt with an American flag on the sleeve. We're Canadian. I won't be making no American flag merch. I'll do one with a Canadian flag on it. What the heck's that up there? Sorry guys, some weird things popping up on my thing. A. I love that. The name is just A. Welcome to YouTube memberships. Amanda just said both websites are up. What's the problem? Super Grunt says, I think it was just gifted a membership. Did I miss another one? No. Oh, I did too. My gosh, I'm so sorry. Lauren P just gifted 5 YouTube memberships. And because it's probably back too far, I can't scroll. I can't tell you who they were. Oh! Screwing things up. I found it. Lauren P, thank you. 5 YouTube memberships were gifted out to Sheila, Going Bananas, Lewis, JKG, Kitani? Is that how you pronounce that? Kitani? That's awesome. Thank you. Shawnee says, just sell an American flag sticker. He can put it on himself. We're talking about putting it on a sleeve of a shirt. A sticker won't do that. It needs to be pressed on. Noipi Canada, Noypi Canada. Your advice living on SUV in Saskatchewan. Lots of blankets and get a heater. Burr. Burr right now. Burr. Yeah, I can't give advice on vehicle living because I think people that live in cars pose a different set of struggles than a van lifer has. I think van life is a breeze. If you're living in an SUV or a car, I think you pose a lot more. I don't know. I can't say that now. I see just equally as many car dwellers as I do camper vans at the places that I pull up to now. You know, it's become so visual these days that I don't think it's alarming anymore. But yeah, no, same advice applies. Enjoy the places you sleep and get the heck out of there first thing in the morning. The more you stay on the move and use your places to sleep as just that, places to sleep, the less problems you're going to have. Would I attend Matt's off-road games as a participant? I haven't been watching Matt's off-road recovery in a while. It's been probably 6 months since I've watched one of their videos, maybe a little less. I didn't even know that they were having something. Someone said Jeffy Bear's in the hospital. I was Rambling Rocketeer said Jeffy's in the hospital. I was just talking to Jeffy the other day. I wonder what happened. Rambling Rocketeer, do you say what happened in there? Hey Siri, FaceTime Jeffy Bear. It failed. There's invite sent. Let's see if he accepts it. It says it's waiting. Nope. He's not accepting it. I wonder what happened. Oh, we'll have to keep you guys updated on that one. Yeah, somebody in the comment, Jeff's got some friends in Hawaii that are really connected with him. And they just mentioned in the comments that Jeffy's in the hospital. Has anybody made an offer on the ambulance? No, but if somebody were to give me a good enough offer, I'd let it go. I would. I'd sell my van if the offer was, not that one. I'd sell my van if the offer was good enough. Amanda just said that Ramblin' Rocketeer said a heart attack or a stroke. They're waiting for the results. So I'm guessing a FaceTime, something he's not going to do. So yeah, looks like Jeffy had a heart attack or a stroke. Hopefully he's okay. What's my plan for the old van? I'm really not too sure yet. Chrome, when's my shop open? So vantoys.com, the online store, is open right now. The American side is going to need a couple more weeks to finish off. The Canadian side has a lot of products on it. The American side, not so much. The difference between those two is what's on the Canadian store cannot be shipped to the USA. So we're just finishing off the American side so our American customers can purchase products that are allowing to be shipped to them, whether they come from us over or they ship from the USA factory or USA warehouses over to them. But our store is online right now. And our shop is technically open for business at the end of the month. Not open for people to come by. It's not that kind of a shop, but for doing lift kits and stuff like that, we're in business starting at the end of January. The shop will officially be open here doing Welltech designs, lift kits, and Ford Econoline vans. Whether it be your cargo van, your Class B, your Class C, we do it all here. We do the big Welltech kits. We actually have a Ford Econoline Chinook, rad, by the way. Chinook booked in here. But we haven't quite set the date yet. We're waiting for our kits to come up from Welltech Designs. They've been off over the holidays. So once that kit arrives here, we're doing a lift kit in a Chinook, which should be super rad. But the shop inside of here for full suspension work and stuff is open at the end of January. And by that time, everything should be locked in. Website should be stocked full of product on both sides. Really, really stoked on it. How tall am I? I'm 5'11", and am I able to sleep stretched out in the Ford Econoline? Yes. So my bed in my actual mattress is 6 feet wide in my Ford Econoline. So the Ford Econoline narrows at the bottom, gets wide right around the middle, and then starts to narrow at the top. If you look at the van from the outside, it's got that taper. Put your bed at the widest point across, which is right around where the big support beam is down the side. That's your widest point. Build your bed straight across. Mine is 6 feet by 4 feet. That's the size of my bed. And it works great. I can sleep widthwise in the Ford Econoline. I cannot sleep widthwise in that. Why don't I install a mini wood stove? I don't install a mini wood stove for one. It's not a good idea to use them when you're sleeping in this city or any town. You know how many people I know who have one, who have had the fire department show up at their van or the police department show up at their van because somebody local drives by and all they see is smoke coming. And sometimes that smoke goes all the way down the road at the beginning, like until it gets hot enough. Sometimes it just smokes out the area. And for those people that say, oh, they don't smoke, bullshit. Everybody I know with a cubic mini wood stove and all those big fancy ones, you light it, that bitch just freaking smokes out the whole block for a little bit, and then when it gets hot enough, it stops. That stuff's good for the woods. When you're out in the backcountry, that stuff's good for the woods. Not good if you're sleeping in towns or cities, because I had a friend of mine tell me not that long ago, about a year ago, he's like, yo man, fire department showed up in my van. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, someone phoned it in saying that my van was on fire, and it wasn't the first time. I'm like, well, what's the point? And then I talked to some people that lived in a bus in a farmer's field. And they were on a crossroad in the farmer's land. Their bus was parked out in the field. The fire department came, like multiple trucks came to their bus that they were sleeping in because there was smoke coming out of it. Someone's like, that bus is on fire. So that's why. I think those cubic mini wood stoves or any kind of a wood stove you're putting in there are awesome for the backcountry, but not for in-town living. You know? I think there's less time you'd use it in town anyway, so I don't want to devote that kind of counter space or inside space to something that I'd only use once in a blue moon. And at that point, what's the point of using it when I have a system in the van that you just push the on button and I stay warm? So yeah, Mandy just said that, it would be nice sometimes. True, it would be nice sometimes, but I also don't like the smell of campfire in a space that small. Because I know when I go camping, as soon as I bring in my hoodie I was wearing by the campfire, my home stinks for like days on end. And that would be like you having all your camping gear and throwing it in your bathroom at home. That bathroom is gonna reek. You know what I mean? Because we do live in a bathroom size vehicle. At least I do in my short roof van anyway right now. But yeah, that's personal preference. You know what I mean? Having both systems are great. Then you got a backup when the time is needed. But I think for the amount of space that's dedicated to something that'll be fun to use occasionally, I don't think so. I mean, someone like Foresty Forest, who's, out in the woods a lot, making little fires in his van, great. But he also uses his other heater too. It's not like he uses his wood stove as his primary heat source. This is slamming. What is the flooring in your van? Is it plastic? Should it be used? Could it be used as a template, or is it durable enough to put insulation under it? It's wood. The whole flooring in there is a nice piece of cut wood. You could probably just keep that as the floor. I am going to put radiant heating inside of that thing on the floor of that, so we could probably put that underneath it all. What's the name of the color on my van? So that is a brilliant blue. It's a 2024. 2024. My van outside's a 2004. I'm so used to saying 2004. It's a 2024 brilliant blue. And no, I'm not painting it. If I was painting it, I would have bought the white one. The white one is cheaper. Getting the premium paint is better because it's a thicker, better paint than the white, but you do pay extra for the color. Crash is what the F. Why am I not subscribed to you again? I swear I never unsubscribed. I heard that from a few people. Even Amanda said it happened to her, that she logged on to my channel and she was unsubscribed. Maybe YouTube's got a glitch that unsubscribes people for some weird reason. I've never had that happen to me. All my channels I subscribe to, I'm still am. Gorilla Gold Hunters Epic Series coming up. I'm excited to really start digging into this thing as time moves forward. Cruz would love the heated floors. I never thought about that. I hear stories from all my friends that have vans you stand up in, and the heated floors, because you're standing a lot in there, because you have room to walk around and move, that the heated floors are just great. I never thought about Cruz. He would love them. He'd never sleep in my bed with me again. He would hands down, full on, just sleep on the floor. Little bugger. That's funny. I never thought of that. Northwest Territories in the Mercedes. Yeah, it won't be this year, I think. I think after we get this thing built, I'm going to assess it. I'd love to go north this year. If I do head north, it won't be in this van because this van won't be ready. Because by the time I come back from Toronto this year back to here, I'll probably be here for, the month of August at the shop and not travel when it's super, super hot. And then late August, I want to head up to the Yukon. This won't be fully ready by then. Maybe it will. I doubt it, but this won't be ready by then. I'm thinking about taking the Fort Econoline with me up for a short 4 or 6 week Yukon trip this year. Maybe. No promises. Maybe. Anyway, guys, I am done. That's all I got. It was a long one today. We were on here for 179 minutes. So what, 180 minutes? How long is that? It's long. Julian, are you making your next video? I don't want to leave this live stream until it's over. Julie, you can leave this live stream because I think I'm leaving this live stream too. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching today. Thanks everybody who dropped a super chat. Makes these live streams a lot more fun every time we see those little gifts coming in. It means a lot. I'm tossing that stuff right over here into the Van Build Fund right now. And thanks to everybody who gave out YouTube memberships to people that get to see a little piece of the behind the scenes of what goes on around here. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace out. And to everybody I missed all your questions, I'm sorry. It's a lot. Okay, guys. See you on the next one.